actor's career.
You know what? What's going on, folks? Welcome to 3BG Podcast.
Now just slide with us. Just slide with us. Just slide with us. Let me see you. Just bounce with me. Just bounce with me. Now take a walk with me. I think that's what he said. Take a walk with me.
Yeah, I gotta say, man, do you have? I feel we are fortunate. We are fortunate to be the generation that grew up during the time where the cross promotion for movies was ridiculous.
Yeah. Look, it's one of
You had to get it was
because I know this one below me.
Well, sorry guys.
That's
I don't have the actual neuralizer, so
it's like the Gen Zers. Like, what's a music video? Sorry,
please excuse the cringe.
Stop that shit. That's cringe right there. What's a music video? That's like when we were kids. Oh, what's an 8-track? You stupid kid don't know what an 8-track is. Like, stop that. I know what an 8-track is, motherfucker.
First off, I gotta be real. The 8-track for us was like the Model T. Right? Like
no, for me, it was the smaller records.
The mini ones. The mini ones that I know what you're talking about.
What they call them, like a 13, not the 13-inch junks, the smaller ones, but you know what I mean, man. The ones where it looked like a little boxy. All you had to do was take it out, put the thing on there.
What was the one before the VHS?
The Betamax. The Betamax was
too. My folks had a Betamax and they had the remote and everything and stuff. And then man,
niggas that had the Betamax and the the laser disc, those people didn't let go of those motherfuckers for nothing. Like, I mean, they kept using the technology literally until the wheels fell off.
Were y'all folks balling like this, where they had the one that was the beta and the VHS combined? Like,
no,
it was the beta on one side and the VHS on the other.
I saw those before, but hang on. Hey kids, I give you $20 if you tell me what this is.
Hey, yo, Gen X grandfather who is doing that right now. Stop it.
I mean, I have VHS of anime that I took from the video store that I worked at.
Imagine, if you will, that one Gen X nerd walking up to his grandkid with a G.I. Joe VHS. You don't know what this is. See, back in the day, son.
Listen, nothing says Holy Grail like a unlabeled VHS tape.
Unlabeled. That means that could be porn, a bunch of commercials, or like a bunch of music videos. If it's in a black house. If it's in a black house, that's what it is.
Or it was just that one tape that just stayed on one channel. You hit record by accident and it just recorded 6 to 8 hours of just footage. You had no intention of recording anything, but you just happened to accidentally hit the record button and you let it go. You never changed the channel. Ooh, the best ones is when you change the channel while recording.
Hey, how many niggas out there had a VHS tape that said gospel or like church on it, and you couldn't record nothing on it because that was meant for your mama to record Frederick Price or some shit?
I'm about to show my age on this.
Real talk, she ain't seen that. She ain't never watched that tape in 30 years.
Never went back.
I'm about to show my age.
I need to write notes. You ain't gonna have to write no notes on that, mama. You gonna watch 15 minutes of it and turn it off.
About to show my age, and D is gonna laugh at this. My mom at one point, and I think she still has them. She has a ton of full gospel VHS tapes from when he used to record the cassette tapes
the
VHS of the sermons. She has more of the cassettes than she only has like maybe like 5-6 of the VHS, but she has like a ton of the cassettes.
I'm telling you.
Woo, that was balling right there.
A couple of them pastors went platinum off them.
Man,
a couple of them pastors went platinum off them cassette tapes, man. I'm just saying,
John Cherry went
SoundScan properly went to all these churches.
John Cherry and Fred.
Some of these niggas went diamond in a couple of years, man.
Nah, but so the point is, when these movies, we're talking about Men in Black. That era, there was a trifecta that you had to accomplish that made your movie really be like on some S tier of making money. Men in Black had a music video, It had fucking promotions of products from McDonald's and any other fucking places you could think of
at the beginning of the
toys.
Mm-hmm.
Toys already ready.
A cartoon series that actually dropped after this movie came out.
Yep,
directly after this movie came out.
Because of the success of the movie came the animated series.
You had video games and all. You had the video game wasn't made until about somewhere within the year on PC.
Yeah.
And here's the thing. Here's the thing with that.
There was also Men in Black.
Of course, the comics. We keep on saying, "Oh man, Blade. Oh man, Will actually Batman." We never mentioned how Men in Black, Darkman, and a couple other people were really a part of that. Also, we remember we talked about Dick Tracy, where we had to mention them because of course, Dick Tracy was a big part. Well, when it comes to Men in Black, they were a part of what you call graphic novels or underground, niche comics at the time, where you could actually sell that story to a studio.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So Will Smith being as big as he was at that time, because this is coming off Independence Day, correct?
Yes.
Independence Day. Yeah, Independence Day, which we talked about, that was another one that had the trifecta of
that was one of the first times you really started hearing the word blockbuster.
Yeah, this was a summer blockbuster of '97.
Yeah, because I think they had we actually mentioned that with Jurassic Park. That was another one. The first one that was like blockbuster.
When we did Forrest Gump was the same thing. Forrest Gump,
which is weird because it was a different type of blockbuster, but it was still kind of like a blockbuster.
That was what I call stretch my legs.
Yes,
early Oscar bait. Yeah, you're right.
That's what before
Oscar bait blockbuster. That's the key term. It's a rarity even today because you get that.
You're bold enough to put that movie out in the middle of the year instead of the end of the year.
Yeah, because I mean, if you want to talk recent times, you could probably say Oppenheimer and Barbie.
Yeah,
Oppenheimer and Barbie.
Barbie. I'm gonna tell you this.
Barbenheimer.
Yeah, Barbenheimer.
Barbie. That's what made that so awesome, because that was bold of WB to do that shit, to bring out Oppenheimer that fucking early. But what made it even weirder was when they brought out Barbie, thinking that's just going to be a summer blockbuster, and the critics, our jaws hit the ground with that movie. We were like, this movie is almost perfect. Oh my goodness! Give it awards. They
on paper.
They didn't see that coming, bro.
Here's how movie critics were with Barbie. Real quick before we get back to MIB. Actually, technically, we can go to MIB. When we just saw, before they even dropped a teaser trailer or anything, we just saw a pic of Margot Robbie, and it was mixed because you had people like, all right, she looks like Barbie, and then oh boy, as Ken, it's like, all right, cool, it's Ken.
Right. Ryan Gosling.
Ryan Gosling. Ryan Gosling was being Ryan Gosling as Ken, basically, when you look at the picture, right? So you're like, all right, it's something, but what's the story? And then the trailer dropped, and everybody's like, I'm in.
And for me, I was like,
it was the very beginning of it was the very beginning of the trailer when you see Margot Robbie. Well, let's be real. Quentin Tarantino pretty much unloaded when the first thing we saw was Margot Robbie's feet stepping out of the shoes, and it was like literally in that same that same doll pose, like where her feet were like this.
They're straight.
They're clean.
Aryan feet.
But Men in Black though. Like to Tevin's point, Burger King
was better.
Tevin has a point. Burger King was one of them that had it was part of the Happy Meal Wars, because that was a big deal. If you were able to get a movie toy from out of the grips of McDonald's, you were winning.
Yes. And it was so funny because I remember they was really towing the line with that, and it got even worse when with this. Actually, this is part of this because this was part of ambient. Amblin. I said ambient. Amblin. Thank you. Amblin Entertainment.
Over here.
This is before DreamWorks showed up. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So the movie was going to drug us if it was ambient.
Hey kids, take this.
We ain't making it at the end of this.
Will Smith says take ambient.
Yeah, kid, just take your pants off when you do that too.
That's right.
Look at this light, kid. Ha ha.
Hey Jake, come in here.
Be useful.
3BG does not condone raping. Just putting that out there. You're muted, D.
You are very muted.
3BG does not condone this.
I do. Anyway,
we never alleged anything.
We don't want to.
But nah, it was just Burger King.
That Quentin Tarantino definitely jerked off to Margot Robbie's feet in Barbie. We can definitely say that happened.
Sir, he did that in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. What are you talking about? Come on now.
I mean, of course, man.
Nah, but
I gotta answer this question real quick. Yes, moving on.
But Burger King got a huge boost in business because of them toys. Like kids, because look, between Burger King and McDonald's, as a kid, you went to McDonald's more than Burger King. Let's just be real. Like that's just what it is.
50-50, depending on what the toy was.
Oh, look at this bougie person.
I'm not being bougie. I like compare and contrast. Okay, leave me alone.
I like how you said. You know what? You can't use as a nigga that worked at McDonald's. You cannot use the word bougie and McDonald's in the same sentence.
Also, I said bougie for Burger King. That's what I'm saying.
No. Okay. Yeah. Actually,
it's Walmart and Target.
Niggas that go to Burger King.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying.
It really is.
Burger King, because you may remember, folks, you gotta understand, like Burger King touted themselves like flame broiled burgers compared to McDonald's.
And they still
remember when they updated the fries at Burger King?
I like how Burger King gives you less fries and have the nerve to charge you more than McDonald's does for their fries.
I like how
I can never forgive Burger King for that mess.
No, it was when they thought they was cooking when they brought out the Angus burgers.
Oh no, the Angus burger was bomb, man.
No, sure, and they hit.
Look, the Angus burger was bomb.
They hit.
Yeah, they hit. They hit my colon hard, nigga. I think I shit it wrong for a while, but I couldn't stop eating.
Then McDonald's turned around and dropped Big and Tasty.
Big and Tasty was
nobody was eating that shit. I was working at McDonald's.
McDonald's thought they were this with Big and Tasty. They really came in hot like this with the Big and Tasty.
And no, because real talk, niggas was actually buying that shit. But
they were.
But by like the first year, they stopped buying that because it was like, why am I going to pay for the same damn patty? You know, whatever.
But when they put out that McRib, though, they have this attitude. So the
McRib. Here's the thing, y'all.
You only bought the McRib for the sauce.
Exactly. Yeah,
the McRib. The rib itself is
incredibly trash.
I will say,
we have people sitting with a countdown clock. McDonald's is going to bring it out 3 months from now.
I say
y'all ready.
They're the same ones that expect the Szechuan sauce to come.
It's like if you don't know, and look, here's the thing: if y'all don't go and get some KC Masterpiece and put it on a sesame bun and eat it like that,
I take it a step further. I take it a step further on two things. Number one, take your ass to YouTube. There are plenty of barbecue masters that tell you how to make your own goddamn barbecue sauce. First off, second off, for the people that live in PG County, I'd rather eat a barbecue sandwich from Hog on the Hill before I get a McRib. That's just
smothered in mumbo sauce.
Yeah. So it's like the McRib
barbecue sauce variant mumbo sauce.
The McRib was basically like the cafeteria rib sandwich with extra steps. That's all it really was.
No, it is. It is with more bone marrow inside of it. What the fuck is you talking about? No, seriously, the little rib that's inside the McRib, when you suck it all off, it's like this is plastic, isn't it? That's what it was. Like, yo,
I
fucking hate the McRib.
D, it's more.
Here's the worst part. I would defend McDonald's.
No, D, it's more bone marrow and less pink slime.
Oh,
10 years from now, we're gonna find out that shit gives people cancer unknowingly, and then we're gonna be like, damn.
10 years from now, it's already been confirmed, sir.
That's what I'm saying, Chris. Here's the thing.
That McRib is poison, and you know it.
No. Here's the thing, though. And I repeat, all fast food is going to give you some type of cancer symptom. Okay. All red meat is going to do that to you.
This actually rolls into Men in Black.
For niggas to sit there and go, See at Burger King, they do flame broil. You know what else does? You know what else that flame broil does to you? Carcinogenic. That shit, just like the McDonald's shit, just like the Taco Bell shit, all of it.
Let me say this, Brian. Since you're saying possible conspiracy, I mean, let's think about this. A great man in this movie, a great man in this movie once said, 2,000 years ago, we thought that we were the center of the universe. 500 years ago, people thought that the Earth was flat. 15 minutes ago, you thought you were alone in the universe. Imagine how you would imagine your reaction what you can learn in 2 days from now.
Think about it. 9 years ago, we all said that Donald Trump would not hold no office in the United States.
And the fact that for 9 years, Donald Trump has been in office.
Look, 20 years ago, we said there would never be a black president.
Folks, we're only 4 months in. Seriously, dude, 4 months. This man did a record speed run through Project 2025. Ain't that a bitch?
Hey, CJ.
This nigga's at the last two pages.
CJ. No, CJ.
He's already at the last two pages. I like how he's getting.
Wait a minute.
I like how he's getting his plot off, but he's doing it incredibly
Wait a minute.
wrong.
CJ, all the MAGA voters, 2 weeks into into electing him in office.
Hey, listen, I don't wish harm on people, but they had that James Brown look when Doge fired their ass from their job. They were like,
on site.
What do you mean I don't? You mean I don't have DEA? DEI? Wait a minute, I'm not DEI, I'm white.
So you are then. Yeah, there you go. Firmly grasp that L, please. Forever. I need you to listen, I need you to strap it to your car like a game deer that you just killed and take it home.
No, but
hang it up on your mantle.
But Men in Black, going back to the movie, it was like to be there in the midst of just the media blast of this movie, top to bottom. Will Smith going on press tours, Entertainment Tonight constantly doing stuff. We're seeing all the behind the scenes stuff for how they did the visual effects of this movie and stuff. And it's kind of funny because D, you pointed out like the aspect of how some of the visual effects are good and some of them hasn't aged well, which you're right. But like back then we were just wild, like, oh shit, we got an alien and stuff. Because even at the beginning of the movie where he cuts open the migrant and it's an alien inside, that was a big deal back then.
I mean, first of all,
CGI, the fact CGI back then was
the fact that Tommy Lee Jones and his boy pulled over Danny Trejo and his cousins.
Great value, Danny Trejo,
sir. That was his cousin. All right, a man said the fact that he is responding.
See, Danny Trejo. You know what Danny Trejo is saying right now because it's his 81st birthday today. You know what Danny Trejo said right now? That's fucked up. So next time I see a couple of niggas walking down, I'm just gonna say, "Hey, there's his cousin." Fuck you, man.
No. I will give him the pass if he's accurate. I will give him the pass for accuracy.
That's fair.
Actually, I would have said this. You should have said this. I don't give a fuck. Danny Trejo 81. He ain't gonna beat nobody ass. What the fuck he gonna do? Chase me, have a heart attack? Nah, man.
What are we gonna do? Drop Machete 3?
Don't tempt us with a good time.
Don't tempt him. Chris, that man.
Chris, because that means
he has no cartilage in his hip. Stop telling him to do that.
We will get an entertaining movie if he does that. The man went to space.
No, we won't.
He went to space, we won't. Sir.
Danny Trejo ain't got no cartilage in his hips. He got a bum right knee.
He's too old for this shit.
Hold on.
With the best of them. He can still do it with the best of them.
Let's be real. You starting to forget shit. Hold on. And you say he can still do it with the best one. You know who else said that? Democrats 4 years ago. Joe got it. He got this. Which
ironically,
they also said in
like this. Why you clapping so loud? Because we gotta keep him awake.
No, D. They also said in 2016, and then look what happened. Yeah.
America, America, did you vote a racist back into office?
You bet your sweet bippy I did.
It's the bowling ball.
I already made it my business.
It's the bowling
I know. Look, I made it my business to say
At
that
40 miles per hour.
I made it my business to say that I am going to cuss out any person, regardless of race, because I'm equal opportunity like that. That sat there and said Donald Trump was a smart businessman, because I'm like, I should punch you in the throat just for saying that shit.
Chris is an equal opportunity hand thrower.
I'm like Batman, rated E for everyone, buddy.
Rated E for everyone.
Okay, I got a question.
Wait, collarbones will be shattered.
I got a question, y'all. So we have talked about him before. We have talked about this man before, but let's really talk about him in this one. To me, this is Will Smith's. This is the one. To me, this is the one.
I always thought Independence Day was.
I always felt that about Independence Day, yes. But to me, this was the one that's like Will went into the stratosphere and never came back down. You know what I mean? That's what he ascended into the next level, and he was out there for a good minute. You know what I mean? This, I felt that with this movie, man.
Wasn't that movie?
What was it?
How come he don't want me, man?
Oh, shut up! No.
That moment, no. Some people laugh and joke about that scene, but a lot of people, I would say, a lot of Hollywood elites saw that scene on network television and was like, "Oh my god,
that's a light-skinned Negro man talking about his dark-skinned dad that left him. This hurts me."
But
apparently it just happened.
Happened. What was this? That's how niggas in the set. See, y'all, that's how niggas that was born in 1941 used to talk. Listen to me, Jack.
Hey, that's Ben. Hey, that is black all-star himself, Ben Vereen.
Vereen, who can act.
Yeah, that is Juilliard stage acting right there.
Ben Vereen, who can act, said, "No."
Yahoo.
Ben Vereen, Chicken George.
Thank you.
Said,
"Hey, this is
Tony
TV.
Award-winning actor, like you said, black excellence himself, said, not today, Jack."
Zoobly Zoo, Ben Vereen.
Don't bring up that furry nightmare. That is Zoobly Zoo. Oh God, y'all don't
Zoobly
understand.
Zoo is an acid. It is an acid dream of a show I saw as a kid and was like,
that was a bunch of horny stage people that said, "Let's dress up like animals and teach everyone letters." Can we crawl on each other? Yes, we can, Charles.
It's like I'm learning, but I'm strangely aroused.
Imagine Ben Vereen walking on the set of Zoobly. Look, hey, Ben Vereen walking on the set of Zoobly Zoo with a spray bottle in his hand. Come on, nigga. Quit rubbing on each other.
Gotta be honest with you, man. That was public access that funded that shit. So that was our tax money funding Zoobly Zoo.
And you know the cocaine was a flowing.
This is 86, people. That was Reagan era. We were throwing money at PBS. Like
we were a country. 86? We told our kids.
86. This was This was cocaine refined into crack.
Oh, dude, we were throwing money at PBS, and the Republicans did not give a shit. They were just like, "Hey,
no. They wanted all that shit gone because
no. Mr. Rogers told them to go fuck themselves, and they said,
no. They wanted public access. Probably PBS has always been a threat to the Republican Party and anybody that hates education.
Okay,
they legit always hated it, and when they learned that Electric Company and fucking Sesame Street was the 1-2 that was putting on, I'm sorry, black and white kids doing stuff together, learning. Hold on, about feelings. This is homosexuality, and we have to stop it right now. I am not joking when I say that
They did.
this is homosexuality part. I am not joking about that part. They said that the Muppets will make us gay and all the rest of that. And you know what it did? Made only a few of us gay. Not a lot of us, but a few of us. But they overblew it. They thought it was going to make us all gay. You know what I mean? That's the thing that killed me about
I
it.
watch Sesame Street. All of us
Captain,
watch Sesame Street.
the Captain Planet AIDS episode all over again.
Listen.
You don't have HIV.
No,
sir. You have AIDS, not HIV.
You HIV positive. He emphasized the P in positive with emphasis. Like, but you know what? No,
you can't get it from high-fiving each other.
Yeah, you're muted, D. But nah, what killed me about it is that going back to Men in Black, you're right. I can see how this was Will at like Hollywood was just throwing money at him. And this was it. Like, I think this is where Hollywood was like, Will was like, he can do anything, pretty much.
All it took was one big movie for him to be one of the most bankable.
Is he our Negro? I like him because he has a nice smile.
It was the one movie. All it took was one movie to make him the most bankable actor at the time. The most bankable black actor.
I mean, that was a big deal, though.
But here's the funny thing: Will had all that celebrity, and what punched him right in the gut was the next movie he did, which was Wild Wild West. Luckily for Will Smith, he dumped all of his attribute into charisma, and he rolled right around that motherfucker.
Sir.
Because that was supposed to kill his career.
The devil got at Will twice. Because you remember after Wild Wild West, he did Legend of Bagger Vance, and you know black folks were like pissed at him for being the token Negro in that movie.
Okay. So
but then they got over it real quick when Ali dropped.
Thank you.
Oh, thank you, Eris. I was waiting to say that.
Bagger Vance should have kneecapped his ass right there, but it didn't.
Oh no, it was an arrow to the knee for real, but he was
pulled it out and said, "Fuck it, I'm going."
He was lucky. He was lucky. He decided to go into the gym and come out as Ali.
That movie should have killed Charlize Theron and Matt Damon's career too. It should have.
You know what? I didn't like. Well, here's the. I'll be real. I didn't like Ali. I didn't. Not for 1 second did I think I was watching Cassius Clay. No, that's Will Smith. No, it's Will Smith. And for me, it kind of ruined every time I seen Will Smith I'm trying to act. Don't you see the drama on my face? From that point on, I could never take Will seriously. Yes, he did. He had a good performance in Pursuit of Happiness. He had a good performance.
Oh, that was great.
He had a good performance in 7 Pounds. Even though 7 Pounds sucked as a movie. Even though Winter's Tale sucked as a movie, Will Smith wasn't the reason why that movie sucked. So I just don't like his dramatic acting because to me, it's some try-hard bullshit that he does, and I roll my eyes at it every time he does. That's just me.
Also, Will and Ali, you're at the Academy Awards. You had to go up against Russell Crowe and Denzel. You weren't going to win that shit.
This motherfucker.
That's the luck.
And this is actually a thing I noticed with Will, because I was trying to separate the timeline of what era of Will it was, and I said 2014 to about 2020 was the white people have Will, and Eric said something that resonated with me. He said, D, the white people had their hands on Will Smith since Bagger Vance, and it hit me. This is something that we have to admit, black people. Much like Snoop Dogg, white people done had their hands on both of them niggas way longer and gave them more money than we would ever give them.
I'm gonna say way longer than they realize.
Because it's
way longer. Because we sit here like, man, white people didn't have their hands on Snoop. They had their hands on Snoop the second they made Doggy Fizzle the Doggy Fizzle. When that came out, real talk. And I know there's a big thing going on with Snoop right now. Look, I love Snoop. But on some real shit, nigga, when you made that, you was like, bye-bye, niggas. At that point, just keeping it real. I love Snoop. But to me, that's when he left. And he comes back every now and then to drop a good one. You know what I mean?
The fact that you was able to take your career at death row, you went to No Limit, being the only West Coast dude with a bunch of down south niggas. And it worked for 3 solid albums. For you to just drop your own stuff And the fact that you have survived decades, sir. I salute you.
Yeah. I'm not knocking.
If this was anybody else, whew,
I'm not knocking Snoop at all. Want some real shit, Snoop? If you was any other nigga, we be dragging you right now for the shit you did at Trump shit. And I don't care what excuse you're gonna give me. Just look, it's like because his new album is a response to that. He's like, here's me. No, I don't. Calvin, I love you. I don't want to hear this shit. You know what I mean? I'm keeping it real. Though? I don't want to hear this shit.
We good.
You good. You good.
Brodus. We are good.
But you know what's interesting with Will is that like people forget like even both him acting, he's also dipped the toe in a lot of stuff because he had like Will on the production side has been a part of a lot of stuff. Like so basically what I found out was like after he got nepotism in terms of Black Hollywood is interesting because it's like it's varying degrees of you get the extremes to me.
It's very new. First,
it's like you get the extreme to me with Will Smith and his kids, and then you get somebody like Denzel and his kids, where it felt like Denzel was just like, "Hey, if you want to do this, what do you want to do with this?" Like his, I think John David is the actor. His other son is actually a director.
I think and then you get the one where it's like, I'm gonna be real, your son really doesn't have no true talent.
Yeah,
but he's here.
Who?
Hi, O'Shea.
Okay. His son his son is marginally better than Ice Cube.
What you say?
His son is marginally better than Ice Cube.
Chris,
better than Ice Cube?
Chris, I gotta fight you on that one.
Marginally.
No, Chris, I gotta fight you on that one. See, his son didn't have to spend a large majority of his career, beefing with the dudes that he grew up with. He didn't have to put out albums.
Also,
he didn't have to do none of that.
All of his image. Also, all of his image is him cosplaying his cousins who were actually gangsters.
I mean,
that's why when Ice Cube acts, he can't act because he's already acting.
I mean, hey, lethal injection, though.
Yeah, but I'm saying like,
look, Natural Born Killer is one of the greatest songs ever made.
But the nepotism with Will, it's like
can't stand it. God damn it, schizophrenic.
For part of the nepotism with Will is like he got Jaden to do Karate Kid, right? Coming out of that, he somehow ended up having himself attached to any Karate Kid stuff after that because apparently he actually executive produces Cobra Kai.
Yeah, I know.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know that shit. I was like, holy fuck, he got a backdoor deal on that? Damn.
Will Smith, the producer, is the one that where people want to make him an example. They like, see how Will Smith making moves and all the rest of that. Like, he's doing those low-key moves where it's not really a chess move, but niggas gonna be like, oh, you see, he getting all this money.
It's another one of those things where it's a revenue stream that helps out. It's kind of like,
that's what I'm saying.
We talk about when we were talking offline about music and how I was saying like at one point we joked about how Eminem can't make beats for shit, but that was a move in the music industry where like if you were rapping, you had to do something else. So you either was going to be a writer for somebody else to make money, or you did beats for somebody else to make money. Because if you were getting beats,
was a beat maker. He gave all his beats to his friends. That don't count.
I know. I'm saying that's what he was doing because it was that thing that you did. It was kind of sort of like how you make your own record label, like Disturbing the Peace, because that makes you more money if you're head of that record label, kind of thing, basically. And that's essentially what Will was doing. It's just like, hey, I'm executive producer, even though I probably don't do much in the way of like providing anything to it.
No, he's just collecting the check, really. I think we also need to be, and that's another thing. When people say, "Oh man, he produced this," let's be real. He just collected the check. He just has the rights to it. Let's not sit there like he actually has the actual influence over the movie.
Yeah, I respect it.
That's what I always like to bring up when it comes to that shit. Like, he's just collecting a check, but don't sit here and try to act like Will Smith is doing this. He's just like trying to like 3D chess. My vision. Like, stop. No, he ain't. The one thing I will, but here's the thing about producer Will Smith. It's the movie after Karate Kid that shows you why Will Smith needs to stay away from a fucking producer's chair and a director's chair.
After Earth.
After Earth may be one of the biggest pieces of shit. And I am so sad that Will Smith's name is on that thing.
Can I be real?
I ain't never seen that nigga act that bad ever in his life.
After Earth, number one, clear M. Night Shyamalan movie, top to bottom in that shit. Two.
Actually, no. And that's the fun part. Yeah, Shyamalan's fingerprints and dick print is all over this thing.
Oh, yeah.
But if you look very close inside the fingerprints, you see Will Smith's name in cursive in all of it. That's what's the deceptive part about After Earth.
And another dick.
Shyamalan takes all the bullets for that shit, when in actuality, it's Will Smith that did all that
now,
shit.
here's the kicker. Now, you were saying this, D, about how, like, Barry Sonnenfeld kind of, when he did Men in Black, just like the Addams Family movies, it kept that grittiness to it, right?
That macabre grittiness.
Yeah.
Yes.
Now, what's weird about it is that he did Men in Black 2 and 3 as a director, but I have to wonder.
In 3?
Yes, he did 2 and 3.
Where? What did you direct?
But my thing is this: how much of 2 and 3 was producers and writers kind of dictating the type of film he had to make compared to the first one?
That's this. Thank you. You pretty much answered it right there, Chris.
Yeah, because like the first one,
because the second one, that was all Columbia / Sony telling him what to do.
Yeah.
And then the third one, same thing. You know what I mean? We focus tested this, or better yet, okay, we're going to do this movie. Okay, I want to do this. But Will said, that's what I think happened too.
Which is ironic.
And that's not, and let me make it very clear. After Earth, I'm blaming that all on Will. Anything else, it's a movie star being a movie star if Will Smith said to change something. You know what I mean?
And Barry Sonnenfeld is a favorite of mine because number one, he did Raising Arizona as a cinematographer. Fucking love that movie. But he also did Misery.
He did Misery. He was a cinematographer.
Cinematographer for Misery, and he's a cinematographer for When Harry Met Sally. Big. Yeah, a lot of heaters. Throw Mama from a Train ain't really a heater.
Gross.
You know. Yeah, I know. That was a movie, folks.
That's what I call a Chris movie. Chris, if we get Chris loaded on alcohol, we're like, okay, Chris, tell us about throwing Mama from a train. Yeah. So this is movie, right? Like Chris would sit and describe that whole.
That would be me and Stop, or my mom will shoot.
See, but I would join you on that, Chris. I would join you on that journey because Stopping My Mom Will Shoot is so laughably bad. You gotta talk about it.
If we ever
you gotta talk about a movie that you got trolled by a giant Austrian man into making.
If we ever come across
the fact that you committed and did it, you committed to the.
You could fake that nigga into a movie.
You committed. It was the fact that he committed to it. He did it all the way through. Check cleared and said, well, I guess I'm here. It's gonna be great. And went for it.
Arnold with a stogie. I can't believe it. You went down the tunnel and you blinked. Why?
And I'll be real.
You didn't have to.
Because I'm a stud.
I feel Sly Stallone got his revenge.
And I do what I want.
I feel Sly Stallone got his revenge a little bit by subtly convincing Arnold to do Junior in a weird way, like just because
doubt it. I feel like Junior was all on him, and Stallone was like this. What the fuck is that? You say what I want to do, but you're a doctor, and you just go. So did you have a vagina in there? Is that how that works?
Also, I feel they had a fist fight over Planet Hollywood failing, or
neither of them, or they both saw it coming. So when did we cut loose? Give it another month. Give it another month.
Are we going to tell Bruce Willis? Nah.
That's what we say. No, you're like, no, you know what they say. Okay, so we're not going to tell Bruce. Fuck that guy. You know that's exactly what happened.
Give it to Will Smith. Blame him. Done.
No, Stallone would come to regret that choice by having him in the Expendables movies.
and then replacing him with
with
Harrison Ford.
Harrison Ford.
Gruff Harrison Ford.
Oh, because he knew that he was terrible to work with.
I like it. I love it.
It's an upgrade if you think about it. It's like, hey, Harrison Ford. It's great.
You know what? I'm not going to speak ill. Not going to speak ill on Bruce Willis because of what
I love Bruce Willis.
How he is right now. But I'm gonna keep it real. Bruce, the last 12 years of your career, you were a fucking asshole. So many people said to say you're a fucking asshole.
But going back to this
That's
movie,
all I can say. Anyway,
go back to this movie. This is the movie. This was my introduction to Vincent D'Onofrio. Because I think did he start doing Law and Order around this time?
No, Law and Order didn't come into the mid 2000s where he's young.
I thought he was in the early ones.
Nah, Vincent D'Onofrio, of course, Full Metal Jacket, where everybody saw him the first time. But he's been, he had little bit roles in a lot of other stuff, and this was just the vehicle for for him, man. Because you could have picked the better person to get into the character and to really act like a person that's inside of a bug suit. You know what I mean? A bug that's hiding
inside doing this, walking down
out of a skin suit. You mean?
Look.
Yeah. That is literally a skin suit.
Vincent D'Onofrio at his thinnest.
That is definitely his thinnest.
That's a man. That's a man that votes for Trump.
Hey, when he said "get your big butt back in the house," I was like, "Yep, that's a MAGA right there."
No, when he said before the spaceship came down, before the spaceship came down, he was like, "I don't understand this. Then I need to hit you with do I need to hit you, or I'm not hitting you enough?" I'm like, so you already went upside her head.
Hey, when he said, "Don't take the plate away from me," I didn't say take the plate. I'm like, God damn! I'm like, you just
that's a nigga that ain't gonna say no to food, but at the same time, I'm gonna let you know you can't cook for shit.
That's a man. That's a man who still cooks with the frying pan with the dents in it,
nigga.
That's a man who thinks pot roast and expect it to be done.
He puts ketchup on his steak like a savage.
Can I say?
There's a bass fishing magazine somewhere in that house.
Can I CJ? Can I say that? In my terrible years of experimentation, I actually tried that.
Why? Why?
Wait a minute, what did you try?
Ketchup on the steak.
For why?
It's fine.
It is fine. Bear in mind one thing, Chris. I didn't smother the dough. I didn't smother the damn thing. Okay. Yeah. I just cut a piece and I said, all right, I'm just gonna take some ketchup and put this on here. Let's see what it does. Because the old adage, ketchup goes on everything. No, it doesn't. I tried that and I said, yeah, give me that steak sauce.
Sorry, man. I
apologize. And I said I will never do that again.
As black people, we have our cross to bear when it comes to steak and cooking it well done, which is questionable as fuck. But whatever.
Because white people were literally eating bloody pieces of meat, and niggas is like, "Are you sure it's done?" No, because y'all don't cook shit right. I want it burnt. Because y'all white folk do everything wrong.
Here's the thing.
That's where I think it came from.
White people, on the other hand, we ain't gonna do steak sauce. A1 is right there. Y'all motherfuckers get a fucking Heinz ketchup. And put it on a steak.
Here's the thing.
Why?
I understand that some sauces may be a little bit too tangy and all the rest of that.
Yeah,
but when white people walk into a Thai, into an Indian restaurant, and they break out a whole fucking bottle of fucking Hidden Valley Ranch, you crackers make me sick. Like, here's the thing, y'all. We have all done that ghetto shit at home because D has done that quite a few times. Yeah. I ain't eating this dry ass steak. Where the ketchup at? We have all done that shit before. All right, we have all done this shit. But when that is your first idea, before what the established hierarchy of condiments are. If you have all of them, even that nasty ass but sometimes bomb Worcestershire sauce, all of that, you have all of those different sauces. It's like, so what's going on in this chicken? Well, we can put that on there. We can put that on. Oh, I went to Chick-fil-A and got that little Polynesian sauce. I want the ketchup. Get your country ass home, man. Bro. I'm tired of that.
But I think that's what made that whole scene funny, is that you see the ship, and it's a great scene of setting it up, right? It's that
motherfucker came across the sky and just bam. I loved it.
That juxtaposed with the conversation in the house that has you laughing your ass off, because it's less about the thing coming down and more about the conversation in the house, because I didn't need to see the argument. Just hearing it was enough. And I think that's what makes it work.
I would like to imagine.
She was about to get a doubly cross counter. That's what happened.
I would like to imagine that was probably the inspiration for the darkest sketch joke from Robot Chicken.
When I
drop a fairy, you know I'm only getting started.
No, my favorite part of that skit was get off me! Get off me! Wow.
Hey, buddy, you want to go on a trip? It's like, hey, buddy, you want to go on a trip? We're gonna be gone for a while, so we gotta go ahead and pack up. Where's mommy? Mommy will be she'll come up with us later.
Darkest sketch.
No, I like it because you hear stop resisting. You hear the cuffs go in, and it get quiet. That was the darkest sketch in TV history. Dark.
Speaking of dark, I'm sorry. This is just me. If something crashes in my backyard, I'm calling the cops or somebody first. I'm not going to come with a shotgun to a ship with a weird alien creature.
Chris, you weren't expecting fucking E.T. to crash in your backyard, nigga.
Second of all, I will not touch. I will not touch not a single part of that until somebody from Ripley's documents it.
Shit, I'll be actually waiting for the Men in Black. Actually,
I like how the
You see him keeping it. Like I'm keeping it. Laura, I'm keeping it to the accurate to the times. Ripley's Believe It or Not.
Which version?
What the crock? What that thing that everybody found out was a crock of shit?
No,
a lot of that shit got exposed.
Yeah. No. I mean, remember, it's 97, so everybody was still believing it at the time.
I mean, yeah. I mean,
tallest man in history was 10 feet tall.
Well, that was a load of shit.
Hey, look, I like how my man. I like how my man pulled the Charlton Heston NRA line to the bug, and the bug was like, bet.
My thing is,
challenge accepted.
Thank you.
I like how
he said yoink.
You know what made it so cool?
It's the Wilhelm laugh. It's the Wilhelm scream from fucking D'Onofrio that was great. Ah!
My man got snatched.
I will give it up. The bug still looks good.
Oh, it's creepy as shit.
I will still give that. The bug looks really good.
If a cockroach,
oversized cockroach.
If an oversized cockroach had a look, that would be it.
Now,
all the raid in the world wouldn't be enough.
Now, what makes it really good is that the roach, that is the only thing that was completely CGI. That was not. There was no practical effects with that outside of maybe like a standing thing to make it look like the bug was there or whatever like that. But outside of that, the bug and the first alien that later shows up in the Men in Black video, music video, those are the only two ones that were completely CGI. Everybody else was some type of practical effects or a mix of the two.
When he goes back in when Edgar goes in the house in that moment where he stretches his face, that was also a CG thing too. But it actually still looks pretty good. I ain't gonna lie.
It was a pretty good job. I'm sorry. The best one I like is the one where it's actually a mix where it's when remember they was in the car and he looks at her, he opens his mouth and you see pretty much the whole antennas and everything coming out the mouth with the bugs. That was half practical and half CGI. That looked good. That actually still looks pretty damn gruesome.
No, the alien from the music video was actually the beginning of the movie.
Yeah, that's what I said. Yeah, the one
And
from
he
the beginning
got-
of the movie. That's what I said.
And he got blasted. And I remember when he got blasted. When I saw him, I said, "Oh, so he didn't really die after all. My man made it into the movie. He made it into the music video. He still lives.
He's sliding with Will Smith. Hey, all right. Hey, millennials. We're talking about it now. Millennials, look at D. We all danced. We all danced with them.
That song was just Will Smith.
Hold on. And most of us did it multiple times where we actually memorized it. So I'm just gonna put it out there.
That song was literally
Can I say that we as millennials had a choice when it came to certain conventions? Mm-hmm. There was a choice. It was either we idolize this or Powerline Goofy movie mess.
Or Morpheus from Matrix.
No, I mean, like, I'm talking about like music, like certain songs.
Oh, Powerline over this any day of the week at this point.
I don't know. Men in Black was pretty damn big.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm saying it's big, but in terms of longevity,
Men in Black was bigger than.
Oh yeah, longevity.
I'm just keeping it a buck with you.
And,
yeah.
And Chris, the longevity thing goes into another thing that we have to talk about. Will Smith. All right. I won't defend it out loud, but I defend it as somebody in silence going, yeah. And that's Big Willie Style being a good album. I defended that much. I am not going into detail. I am not arguing with none of you niggas. Big Willie Style is a good album. And it was when I had Millennium, I was sitting there. It was the following album. And I was sitting there like liking it, but not liking it, trying to figure out why I don't like it. Well, I finally figured it out after all these years. The hip hop started in the park. Ha 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 ha. If Will Smith never disappeared, his rap style, even by 1997 doing Men in Black, and even with Big Willie Style, was already dated. And Will Smith scooted for years on it. Again, Big Willie Style's a good album. D is not going to debate anybody. Leave me alone.
Yeah, he was
Will
able
Lineum.
to.
Will Lineum.
He was able to scoot.
Look at me.
He was able to scoot. He was able to scoot with Miami.
Miami was big.
Miami, I will defend Miami to the
and getting jiggy with it.
Yeah, and getting jiggy with it. Even though getting jiggy quickly became a joke.
Okay, you want to hate the song, Chris? Read the
Beat
lyrics.
Was fire, but it quickly became a
verse
joke.
Lyrics. Read the third verse lyrics to Big Willie Style. You're gonna be like, oh God.
I will say this.
He was gassing it.
Here's the thing. Millennium is where he fizzled out because that was the last time. Like, cause think about it, Big Willie Style. That was it was on the tier of like what you want out of a pop star at that time. That shit was like, I think it went like 10, didn't it go like 10 times platinum or some shit?
Close to diamond. It went close.
Yeah, close to diamond and all that stuff. Millennium, it sold moderately well, but it barely went platinum. And that's when I knew,
it only got there because of
Wild Wild West.
It only got there because Wild Wild West and Will Lineum. Here we are, another year.
Everybody was shaking. Goddamn, I can't believe I remember that song. Fuck.
See what I'm saying? But when you came in there, that's like go, all right, everybody, it ain't grooving. Da, 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 da. Like, nigga, nobody raps like you. Like we protected Will Smith for years on that. And what kills me about Will Smith is that remember when he came, every time he tries to switch up his rap style or try to sound moderate or somebody else clearly writes his lyrics, I see you people try to defend him. You know it's trash.
That's why
it's okay. It's okay.
That's why his new album went
fine that Will doesn't fit no more.
That's why his new album went double stick. So it's all good.
No, never, no. That reminds me of a line from Noriega. Y'all niggas ain't gold double platinum. Y'all went double wood.
Nah, because here's the thing: if I'm going by off his albums, right? Like I said, Will Leland was the last time he went platinum, right? At least his next two albums went gold. But like, it's like when you get his new album, because again, that's like a 20-year spot between 2005 and 2025. But even after that, because when did Hitch come out?
2011. I don't remember.
When he did the song for that, I didn't care for it because it kind of had that song kind of had what you said. It had the hip hop start out that kind of vibe to it a little bit. The way the beat of that song was.
And at the same time, he had this. Yeah, so y'all young niggas, y'all don't rap like me because I don't cuss and stuff. It's like stop.
You let Eminem live rent free in your head, didn't you?
You let all the like. I like how he said, I like a little sneak this to Lil Wayne, and somebody mentioned to Wayne was like, that nigga make movies.
Wayne was like, what you say fuck me for? Like, bro, like
nigga, you make movies, okay? But that's what I'm saying. It made no sense. I remember when LL Cool J put out GOAT. GOAT came out in 1999. Yeah. And he posed a question on one of his songs talking about how do you feel now that the Jay-Z's, the DMX's, and all the rest of them came along. And he had his own little response. It was kind of an old head response, but it was something that sounded healthy that I want to grow with beside these niggas. But guess what? I'm gonna still flex that I'm L, which made sense. LL and Will Smith come out the same type of block. These two light-skinned dudes who were going to be commercial. Just real talk. They had commercial success written all over them. They both went into acting. LL never shook the New York off him, while Will Smith said goodbye to West Philadelphia probably in 1990.
I think LL.
You know what I mean? There was no real connection to Philly outside of him saying summertime. You see what I'm saying?
If you think about it, LL to me, it's kind of funny. I felt he, like you said, I think that's part of why LL kind of felt consistent to me. Like if LL came out right now, I know he came out with a new album, but like if you told if you told Will Smith and L to spit a Hot 16, I would believe LL's Hot 16 over Will Smith any day of the week.
The one, his new album, look, it's fine for what it is. You know what I mean? Yeah. I'm not going to judge it. But LL is way more healthier and way more in rap shape than Will Smith will ever be. LL, to his credit, yes, is an entertainer. He's an entertainer.
Oh yeah.
But he never lost what made him good, which was him being a rapper.
Yeah.
No disrespect to Will, but I'm gonna keep it a buck. Will, you're an actor now. You're an actor now.
We're fine with that. We're great with
that. And it's fine. You know what I mean? Until you start fucking behind your wife's back and she does revenge sex and then embarrass you in front of everybody, and then you get all sad and everybody making memes of you, and then one good joke and you get mad and you slap a nigga across the face. Now your whole comeback is in flux right now.
Well, he's put his way. I think even with that, Will's fine.
I think will be fine. It's just going to be rough the next 10 years. You know what I mean? I think ultimately at the end of the day, and I mean it because I was just like Chris Rock. As disappointed I am about that whole situation, I'm with Chris Rock. Nigga, I was rooting for you. Like, dog, I'm a fan of you. As much as I throw shade at Will Smith, it comes from love. Yeah. Because I fucking like Will Smith. He was my childhood. I don't disrespect that nigga, man. Every now and then he does still make me. Bad Boys 4, as much as I don't like Lowry, I don't like Mike Lowry, I don't like Mike. God damn it, Will, you and Martin still work. You know what I mean?
That's the crazy part. It's like it's between Bad Boys 4.
It's like when I see that, it's like, hey, Will, get on your feet, bro. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's between that and the stuff that he does on social media that's like there's hope. Like, all right, he'll come through it.
I hate his social media. That ain't Will. That's some girl he hired doing that. That is not Will.
No, I'm talking about when it's I'm talking about when it's like actual, like genuine funny stuff. I ain't talking about like the manufactured shit. Like when it's actually genuine funny, like, all right, cool.
I still think it all is really.
But nah, but like
because the way he acts is like, okay, who's the 31-year-old millennial who runs this shit for you, man? Like, honestly, Will, this don't feel like you. That's just me, but whatever.
But going back to D'Onofrio, I ain't gonna lie. His Edgar, this shit here had me dying.
the elbow moment.
Dude, because it's like, again, you forget it's a bug inside of a small ass fucking damn skin, so the maneuverability isn't exactly there. You know,
I love it. I like how he all his twitches is like, you know, the way it is.
It's the walk down the
street.
It's
a guy trying to change his voice. It's a guy that's clearly trying to change his voice to be human. You know what I mean? That's the part I like about it.
He sits there and tells the wife, I want some water with sugar in it.
More.
My favorite part. Like you're like, oh yeah.
But the subtlety of this movie is showing how the Edgar skin is constantly like fucking up. Oh, it's like constantly messing up over the course of the movie, because it goes from, all right, he looks normal-ish as a human, and then over the course of the movie, the skin starts like getting paler and like rotting off.
It's literally a suit. And it's like, oh yeah, it's still organic. I bet he stinks.
The fact that cockroach literally just filleted his ass, basically, that's scary in and of itself. It's like, God
now
damn.
Here's my thing. Now it's the only question I have, really, when it comes to the roach. So how was he able to fly that spaceship?
The Men in Black series kind of shows it how, but you know.
Okay, fine.
Same way that you would question. Same way you would question, how did the alien fly the spaceship from The Thing?
Ah, fair. Well, you know, the remake kind of.
Shut the fuck up, Chris.
We do not talk about that.
You would take your horror feelings and put them in the horror closet.
Chris, sir.
I forgot I'm talking with the two cinephiles over here.
No, Chris. We do not talk about that prequel remake. The fact that it was remake, and then you realize at the last minute.
I wanted to take a bat to the studio for saying that shit too. It's the remake, but not really. I'm like, get the fuck out of here. Just say it's a prequel and call it a day. God damn, man.
A pre-make.
No. It's a pre-make.
It's a pre-make.
That bullshit ass movie. I'm like, all right, you know.
Why would you even try to fucking? Okay, whatever.
But anyways, speaking of which, hey Monk, how's it going?
Tony Shalhoub, my favorite Hebrew. Seriously. No, damn, I'm dead serious, yeah. I love Tony Shalhoub, nigga.
Oh, I love him. I watched the shit out of Monk.
It's
I don't give a fuck.
out there. Strangers get confused everywhere. No one seems to care. Well, I do. Hey, Randy Newman fucked that song up, man. I loved it, yeah.
Also, don't say Randy Newman, because I just think Will Sasso from Mad TV. So.
You, I could be rolled down, but I don't think so. He's a joker out. Yeah, I love that song, man.
Dude, Will Sasso.
Tony Shalhoub being in this movie, on all seriousness, is actually, he has one of the better. Okay, his head getting shot off to me looks
funny
good.
The first couple times.
Yeah, it looks good, but it looks incredibly dated.
Oh, it is.
Like, it looks actually good. Like, the animation still holds up, but it's like, this is
the animation when his head came back was looking kind of flubbery.
Yeah,
that's what I mean.
Remember
that
movie? Like, hey, millennials, remember that movie? Flubber.
Yeah.
Flubber, a movie that almost sank a lot of people's careers. D is not kidding.
You know what was funny is that Sonnenfeld had to sit there and put the screws to Steven Spielberg because he wanted Chris O'Donnell to play Agent J.
What?
Sonnenfeld was like, easy. I saw Batman Forever. No.
We need to have Chris O'Donnell in this shit. Like what? What? No, dog. We need to get a black person. Why? And that's what Steven Spielberg
Want to guess the
said.
second person? Want to guess the second person that was going to be up for it?
Was it going to be a black person or a white person?
White person. You'll never guess who it is.
I'm going to say not Slater. I'm going to say 97. White boy, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Kiefer? I don't know. I can't give you on that one. I don't know. I don't know.
David fucking Schwimmer.
What?
He turned it down.
Good. David Schwimmer. In fact, everybody except Matthew Perry, even though I think he ain't no better. Everybody on Friends, outside of maybe Jennifer Aniston and Courtney Cox, suck at movies. All of them do. All of them do. David Schwimmer does better on television, and Matthew Perry did better on television. And who's the other dude? The other dude, I can't think of his name.
They try to make fetch happen with Matt LeBlanc for the
Matt LeBlanc sucks to me. He's not funny. He's not a good actor. He just sucks to me,
he
man.
felt like
you remember in Lost in Space that was supposed to be his jump to be an action and shit. Oh my god! White people wanted him to work so bad.
You remember when they milked the shit out of that scene where he puts the mask on and had the gun?
Yeah. Remember he sat the thing in his eyes, did the little thing.
They tried, man.
Oh yeah, Jay, I saw you put it up. No, Lisa Kudrow her movie record is some trash. She fared better, but all the movies she fared better in, you don't know what they are.
It's quick. So she blew up, ironically, around the same time of this Ryan Michelle's high school reunion. That was the one that everybody fucking. That was kind of like the woman. It was the white woman equivalent to Night at the Roxbury's. Everybody fucking ate Rami and Michelle high school.
Are you sure?
Up. Dead ass.
Sure? I remember that being a modest hit, not a hit.
You know you know what? It's one of those cult classic things that everybody hyped up as like.
Now I'm not going to count cult classic because if a movie goes in, because even Matt LeBlanc's shitty movie with the monkey is now in cult status. So no, let's not sit because it's one of the worst movies ever made. That's why.
And it came out during the era of Air Bud, and I guess you know what? I forgot that was.
Have you ever seen it? Have you ever seen it? Yeah, it's one of the worst movies ever made. Just objectively bad.
In that time period, that should have technically been an easy layup, and somehow that wasn't an easy layup.
Actually, the problem was, and I think I forgot who said it. It came off like one of those fake movies that he would have been in when he did Friends. That's what it looked like, and everybody said, "Is this a joke?" Oh no, it's not. It's really Matt LeBlanc in a movie with an ape, and they're playing baseball. But monkeys can't play baseball. You know what it is.
Yeah, ironically, I'd rather watch Dunstan checks in. At least that's it.
But like I said, Matthew Perry fared better. Not great, but he fared better.
Lisa Kudrow just coasted into movies
and Marcy X. And here's the problem with Lisa Kudrow is in one of the worst movies ever made too. Marcy X.
David Wayne's career should have died on that.
Damon Wayans need to be shot for that movie, man. For real. That movie is irredeemable. And you brought my girl, I do not know how to say her name. It's the blonde chick that was in
Jane Krakowski.
Jane Krakowski, that's her name. Yeah, Jane Krakowski. That is my boo. Here's the best part. Jane, like always, is the funniest one.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, there wasn't enough of her or any of that interaction.
Oh, yeah, no, was it Christina Baranski? That's another one that's like a low key.
Oh man, Christina Baranski. God damn, man, her career went nowhere.
She's another one. She's another one that coasts essentially, it's
Schwimmer.
David Schwimmer.
Here's the thing, and I saw where you put down there Super Smash. No, voice acting doesn't count. Not with D. Those are two different levels of acting. David Schwimmer is fine in that level. We're talking about live action, sir.
Can I be real?
Screen presence.
David Schwimmer playing Rob Kardashian, I kind of laughed a little bit because it just came across. It was good, but in my head, it just came across as David Schwimmer with gray hair. So it just, so it was
Here's the problem. Here's the problem. We've seen Robert Shapiro in real life, or talk in real life.
Mhm.
So seeing Travolta bring that to life is easy, but I don't know if anybody knows how Rob Kardashian really talked. I don't know how he talked. Like, so whatever Schwimmer was doing was probably not how Robert Kardashian really was.
But I mean, but he was still good. So it was like, it was fine.
I don't trust it because who was playing Kim, not Kim, what's her face? His wife.
Yeah, I forgot.
I forgot her name. But yeah, whoever played her, and I found out that she was actually one of the executive producers of the show. I'm like, I don't believe a thing with Robert Kardashian. She made her ex-husband look like shit. I don't believe this. Chris, thank you. Chris Jenner, thank you.
Yeah, Chris Jenner.
Fucked that up.
Yeah, it is what it is. But nah, so you had that. So then on the Vincent D'Onofrio playing Edgar, I ain't gonna lie. We were gonna either get Bruce Campbell, which I feel that's a layup and a half on that.
Or
shit.
John Turturro.
Which that would have been interesting. That would have been interesting only because number one, John Turturro is a great actor, but I don't know how
Turturro. Here's the funny thing.
Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, I don't think John would have been all right, but I don't know if it would hit. I'm saying John would have hit. I don't think it would have worked if John would did it.
Yeah, that's man, that's the Schwimmer thing. Just the Chris O'Donnell shit had me laughing because I was like, why? Well, why? I like Chris O'Donnell, but no, he's not Agent J. So I don't know how that would have worked.
No, that was never gonna happen.
Yeah, but funny enough, Studio wanted Clint Eastwood for Agent K.
That would have been a different movie.
We would have got gruff, non-racist Clint Eastwood.
So I got this young punk.
Dude, the fact that both the fact that both John Landis and Quentin Tarantino were offered to direct this movie.
See, this isn't in Quentin Tarantino
would be horrible at this movie. Why Quentin? See, I think it's just because he was a hot director at the time. I think that's the only reason why he was up.
He would have just
not to mention this movie would have been extremely dialogue heavy.
He would just had Linda Florentino show feet in the fucking morgue and then call it a day. So,
I mean, if it's her feet, would it be a terrible thing?
Quentin Tarantino would have just got weird with it. It'd been on some.
I was about to say, don't answer that question. Don't answer Eris's question. I got scared.
Nah,
oh my
God. I know Tarantino. We all know
that deep breath he took.
we got data on Tarantino. Tarantino would have went Lovecraftian with the alien and been alien feet with like 8 tentacles coming out.
Oh yeah, bullshit. It would have been a 5-titted alien with 70 feet.
It's basically the
thing with a Pam Grier afro.
It's basically the thing with feet.
Ew. Or as Quentin Tarantino says, all right.
The toes appearance. The toes turn. No. The toes turn into tentacles. Spider legs pop out of the side of the foot.
Cameo appearance by Kurt Russell and Keith David with that bottle of fucking damn bourbon that they were drinking at the end of the movie.
Hey, look,
Harris. Tarantino, when he finally sees the feet monster that you just said.
Yeah, it's like poetry. It's sort of they rhyme. Mm-hmm. Every stanza kind of rhymes with a lot.
Hey, Chris. That slow pass, like if he takes this drink, he done failed my test.
It's like fuck, he is real, or maybe he isn't. I don't know. That's a motherfucking ending right there, man. They both just taking the swig, like, yeah, we'll both die.
He's like, yeah, we will. We'll see who's who.
Die first.
It's like, hey, man, let's just sit back.
End up looking like Jack Nicholson in The Shining, just.
The fact that he said, why don't we just wait here for a while, see what happens. We're not gonna make it out of we're not making it out of here alive though.
COVID protocol, 100 feet space between them. As he passes the Jim Beam to him from a distance.
Rolls it through the snow.
You gonna get that? No, I don't think I will. You're an alien.
Dude, my leg is frostbitten at this point.
Oh man, but nah, like
it's
so
100 below.
Did you just love how, and I think for me, what was interesting past just the opening is Will Smith, his character, is running down an alien, even to the point that Agent K even tells his boss, I think Rip Torn plays Zed, he's like, the kid ran down the alien. That has to count for something.
Yeah, he did.
Like, like how the cop that was giving him shit, like, did he blink? He was like,
Dude, the fact that he ran and when he caught up with dude, he said, bye, he's like, NYPD. He said, that means I will knock your ass down.
Hey, did you love the po juke of him throwing up against the wall and he just
son
the Sub-Zero running up against the wall?
Yes, the Sub-Zero, because that was still hot at the time.
I ain't gonna lie, that shit was hot. I was like, is that CG? That was real. All right, cool.
Dude, I was that kid that wanted to do that so bad. Ever since I saw Sub-Zero do that in the movie, I was like, oh my god, I want to do that.
That's some stunts right there that you
that is a stunt.
That's a doable, technically that's a doable stunt. I did it as a kid one time, and then other times I landed on my back, but it didn't hurt because it was like grass.
It's like, did you get that initial? Did you get that like that inertia of running up and then bouncing off, or did you just do 1 foot off, like full flip?
It was the inertia that kind of made me land the whole way. But I think what people don't realize when you do flips is you have to commit to it by tucking yourself in, because if you overthink it, you're gonna land on your face like immediately.
Every time.
Like I took gymnastics as a kid, and that was the first thing they said. Like, you have to commit to that shit. You can't like overthink it. You just got to do it.
D, did you go in gymnastics? Nah. I just had a bunch of friends that did wrestling moves.
And then somehow you get around other black kids who were freaks of nature and that just knew how to do flips just because I hate those kids. And I'm like, I am envious of you.
Out here doing backflips on basketball blacktops.
I got to be real, y'all. And this is just the truth. This is
risking all kinds of injury.
This is just the truth. Somebody said this and it just resonates with me so hard. If black boys were free of homosexual stereotypes, do you realize that we would have a whole bunch of Nightwing ass niggas in the hood doing backflips, jumping off of shit?
Bro, like, think about it. Like, I can do a high kick even now because my hips are not bad yet. But like, imagine you're 10 years old. You took gymnastics and stuff, and you watching Power Rangers. Meanwhile, you watch some nigga on the basketball court, like Sue said, and he's just doing flips on the fucking concrete like it ain't shit. And I'm like,
one of your friends who was autistic as all hell. That's the truth. You know he was. He did all them damn backflips.
Like, just do it effortlessly. Like, it's just talent, I guess.
Country ass niggas. They always do it with their shirt off.
Got fucking 8 packs of abs, and yet they eat.
Already got it. Yes. Got slave abs already.
That's how you know black people are magical. It's like, motherfucker, eating a whole bag of fucking Skittles doing backflip shirtless, and I'm like, the fuck is this?
Motherfucker has a diet of salt. Healthy as fuck for some reason.
Enough salt to give an older person hypertension, and yet he fine. Like, what the fuck, man? But nah, like the alien does that. But I do remember watching Men in Black, and when his eyes blinked the other way, and Will was like, the fuck? And then when he landed, they didn't show the body, but it was kind of weird when you hear the scream from the alien shit when he lands on the ground. It's like, and Will's like, ah, shit, like the fuck?
First of all, how you gonna pull out the alien blicky?
And it melts.
It melts.
I mean, it doesn't melt. It just
hey,
it fried as soon as it got on the ground.
See, the aliens are ahead of the curve here because that's how you get rid of a weapon. Just burn it.
As Mel Brooks would say, this thing was defective. It was only good for one shot.
It's a good one, Harris. I like that one, man. That was a good one.
Yeah, it's one of those things. But I like how when he gets to the police station, they're like, "Really, kid? You sure you did?" I like how his boy again. His partner, white guy, of course, says, maybe you just threw the guy off it. I'm like, buddy, you're white. You would do that. All right, let's just keep it real here for a second.
No. Let's just stop.
Stop imposing what you would do onto me.
Thank you.
Actually, D's going to take it one step further. Nigga, y'all the NYPD. Ain't that in the booklet that y'all supposed to do that? Like,
yeah, isn't that isn't that response number 2 in the handbook?
I'm just saying, man. Don't let me quote your
Like no, number 1. No, hold on, dude. Number 1, catch him. Number 2, throw him off a bridge.
That is the nigga
And
thumping.
then number 3, ask
right
the
there.
question.
Don't let me like that. Don't let me quote your job to you.
Thank you.
Like shit.
The book of nigga thumping, verse 3, page 5.
The one thing I liked was when Kay walked into the room and started talking to like, come on.
Unplugs the camera first off. Just
yeah. I like how he said, come on with me, son. Yeah, man. I don't think I could do that. I got all this paperwork. Hey, Edwards, good job with the paperwork. He walked away. I'm like, yo, what the fuck?
That's when you knew something was amiss. Takes him to basically, didn't he neuralize him, then take him to get Chinese food, basically?
Yeah, they were sitting out
after they
park.
went through all that bullshit.
Yeah,
mm-hmm.
I like how Will did the whole
after they did all that.
At the table and shit, just laughing like, yeah, just show up here, Slick, at 9 a.m. here.
Dude, the fact that he told him to sit, he said, "Look, you ever just sit and watch the sunset?" Will sat on that park bench all night,
just contemplating.
I don't blame him because think about it.
That's a lot.
Told him because basically it's a lot to think about. Yeah, you're about to hunt aliens. Now, what Will didn't know was the part that comes after, which I think would be very important. Well, actually, he told him. He said, if you do this, you're going to have to cut off all contact with the known world. You ain't going to have no fingerprints, no nothing. People that you knew ain't going to know that you even existed.
Your family, if you have it, gone. Which is funny because the cartoon touched on that because we see what Kay does on his day off and he's just chilling at home playing video games. And I think it was an episode where his mom found him and he was like, "You've been missing for how long?" and stuff. And it kind of caused this whole sort of like conflict sort of thing. But it was an angle.
Fun thing real quick about the cartoon. I only watched a couple of, not a lot of episodes, but I've seen enough of them. Fun thing for me, the dude that did the voice of Jay was Brett Butler. Brett Butler did the voice of Dr. Quinn in C-Lab 2021. I just want to put it out there because I love that brother to death. And second of all, Greg Berger did the voice of Kay, which all he did was use his corn-fed voice and made it more country. That's all he did, and kept that same monotone voice as he did his corn-fed. Just made it a little bit more, I guess, hickish, maybe. And it wasn't even a lot.
Yes,
but
sir.
it was pretty.
Also,
I just gotta put that out there.
They got our 3BG boy Charles Napier to be Zed. Great.
Oh yeah, Charles. This was during that time towards his death. Charles Napier was doing a whole lot of voice work, and Charles Napier is actually also connected to the reason why I became a film critic. He was in The Critic. He played Duke in The Critic, which was hands down one of the greatest cartoon characters of all time. But anyway,
yeah. So it was like you get this whole sequence, and I think D has the picture of it where you're getting all these military guys from all the branches of the military.
Oh no, I didn't get that one.
And then you got Jay. And then they're doing all the shooting.
Yeah, so while we here,
puts a bullet in the white girl's head. And it's funny in an unintentional way because you could tell Jay is kind of taking it serious, but not really, because his explanation for shooting the girl kind of sort of unknowingly lines up with the MIB's whole thing in terms of like who's the danger kind of thing, if you think about it.
In a weird way.
Can you tell me why you decided to shoot, this poor little girl in the face?
Little
like, she has all these books in the hood. My man out here doing
it's the fact that she she's got a book on like thermodynamics, like some science books in the middle of the hood with a bunch of alien monsters and stuff. I think she's more suspect than the alien monster.
He said, my man out here doing pull-ups. If I was in the gym doing pull-ups, somebody shot my ass. I wouldn't know what to do.
He was like, look, I like, come on, man. The last thing I wanted, like, is somebody like busting in and shooting me while I'm on the treadmill.
I think the funniest moment though, when he drags that loud ass fucking table, this shit.
Bruh. Or my favorite. He said, "Yo, this snarling is like this snarling monster here. He ain't snarling. Come on, he got the tissue. He's sneezing.
Best of the best with honors."
Oh God. I mean, again, you got all
West
these
Point.
all these military folks and Will just being Will, and
With
it's because
the most New York ass fucking outfit ever, Timberlands and fucking baggy jeans and shit.
And it's because let's just keep it a buck. Tommy was gonna go with Will regardless.
I mean, this scene right here told you he was gonna go with them. Like, come on, like, look at that. That's a conversation.
My favorite meme came out of this scene as soon as Tommy left the park bench. She's like, "Hey, is it worth it?" "Oh yeah, it's worth it if you're strong enough."
All of us when we played Last of Us Part 2, the game. Whew.
I love Chris's defending and yet throwing in the trash of that game. I love it so much with you.
Because my issue with the game is like a 180 from the chuds.
But at the same time, you like this fuck this game.
Seriously, this is Chris, Last of Us 2.
5 episodes of the show, and somehow that show is saying, "Yo, Neil, your writing is trash. Ours is better." Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, damn.
Hey D, here's Chris. Kutaragi.
Basically, like, I mean, but like, if you think about it, like, you have to think about like what you're asking this guy to get into, and it is a lot. Like, you're giving up your whatever cushy life that you had as an NYPD officer, however the fuck that looks like and stuff, and now you're wearing just black suits with dope ass alien weapons and stuff, a neuralizer and a noisy cricket. Which the funniest joke about the noisy cricket is how in the cartoon he put a silencer on that shit so it doesn't knock him back.
Noisy cricket, no, like noisy cricket. And let's be real, we were kids. We love the main weapon, Series 4 deatomizer.
Yes,
yeah,
like
Series 4 deatomizer.
Now the Series 4 deatomizer, Series 4 deatomizer was like the cool, like cool regular, like the cool standard weapon. Of course, the best weapon was at the end.
Oh yeah, he was like, "That's what I'm talking about."
Like, as soon as I was like, "Son, are these like grenade launcher shotguns? Like, what are we got?"
I ain't gonna lie.
What are we working with here?
I ain't gonna lie, I was kind of like Tommy G. Jones. That's my favorite gun. And he's like, "Eat me, eat me."
He said, "Where are you going?" "I'm going to get my gun back, man."
I don't blame him. I'm like, I want my gun back. The fuck? Which made Edgar's death that perfect, because he was like, "Oh, you about to die.
So you better get out of my face before something bad happens to you."
Well,
too late.
So you say that shit to the bug, but you didn't say that shit to Chris Rock. You just slapped that nigga.
Sir.
You just walked up to him. Just you did that shit to Chris Rock. Didn't do that shit to August Alsina.
Sir.
Can I play?
Didn't do that shit to August Alsina.
Can I play devil's advocate here for a second? Can I play devil's advocate here real quick?
You always do.
Can I play devil's advocate? Hey, Chris. Block. Just block.
Chris, did he look? He thought Will was going to like, "Hey, what the pop, nigga? Did you just slap me?"
Even if I'm play fighting with my cousins as a kid, block.
Son, parry. I'm parrying.
Chris, listen to me.
Told you.
You in front of a whole lot of white folk, and you see white Will Smith walking to you. The last thing you think he gonna do is come at you with any type of swing.
I mean, you didn't think he was gonna swing on him for one thing.
But also,
and yes, the Series 4 deatomizer does look like it was made by Anaheim Electronics.
look,
A lot of the stuff looked like it was made by Anaheim
I
Electronics.
do like the lore though about how when Jay says, "Yeah, a lot of this weapons here it funds the government."
Yeah, they trick up. They
Who
got
knew?
they got patents that go down. Like, we got to do this. See, this is going to replace CDs. Here's me. It's going digital. CK. Everything's going digital, nigga.
No, here's the thing. Here's the thing. Jay was on to something. You want to know why he was on to something? Because within that timeline, or at least a couple of years prior to that, the mini disc was probably one of the most popular forms of media all throughout East Asia. So your South Koreas, your Japans, your Taiwans, they were all over the mini disc.
Okay, I'll give you that.
I mean,
come on, think about it. It's just like how video CDs were like stupid popular in Hong Kong and still kind of are.
Video CDs. Ugh.
Yeah, remember when
I feel like that is a technology that we should be done with.
I mean, like, remember during the Kazaa the Kazaa and LimeWire days when you went looking for that one Jet Li movie and it would say Fist of Legend, bunch of serial numbers, VCD.
Dude, remember like mini CDs?
VCD rips.
Remember mini
and you
CDs?
Downloaded them allegedly.
Remember VCD rips was feeding people. Okay, let's not sit here act like.
That's right, Brian. Mini disc supremacy.
Yeah, I mean, remember in the future, remember all the movies in the 90s and stuff that was all like fucking on that future stuff. It always used mini CDs as like the future tech for that.
You're thinking of Spawn. You're thinking of Spawn.
No. Chris, you're onto something because
Johnny Mnemonic
and
Tank Girl.
The slightly
sure,
condensed. No, hold on. The slightly condensed CD from Batman Returns, where Alfred. I mean, that way we're able to scratch.
Stop it!
You DJ scratch.
Stop it!
Hold on, son. You were able to DJ scratch a Batman CD player. I wanted that CD player, by the way.
Stop it, Eris. We are not going to talk about that.
Oh, yes, we are.
No, we're not. My man Alfred, your man Alfred was like on the ones and twos, Master Bruce.
It's time, fam. It's time. But no, Jay going through his day, because it was like a literal day and a half of training, and
a day and a half is being nice.
I mean,
it was about a day and a half. It was about a day and a half.
He got to see all the good aliens that actually work there. And
we get the coffee gang, the
worms.
The worms.
And the worms said, and one of the worms had my favorite line, and you see him pour a coffee, like, oh shit, because he started spilling it.
Yeah.
That was like one of my favorite lines in the whole movie. Just because he reacted to spilling this shit. I don't know, anyway. But yeah, they kept showing those worms in the cartoon. I remember those worms had their own episode where they were like trying to, like, one of them went rogue or something.
Yeah, no, what it was is like the MIB. Goddamn, in fact, I remember the cartoon a lot. It was basically the episode where the whole MIB was being taken over and they had to save the day and stuff. So they the whole episode was them juggling this thermos of coffee and stuff in order for them, because that was the only way they can function throughout the whole episode, was them drinking the coffee and stuff, because they're addicted to coffee.
Their thing was they always liked coffee because they had like a similar like drink on their planet, but Earth's was like basically the reason why Beerus eats Bulma's cooking. Like, I'm sorry, what the fuck is this called, bitch? Damn, all right, that's how it is to them. So like it's like, I know what this is. This just so like that. Anyway.
Is it good? That's the question.
Aha. But no, you got that. You got
hold on, real quick. Hold on, real quick. Hey, Eris, isn't it sad that you and I know for a fact there's at least 3 dojins where that was said?
Allegedly.
I know the rest of it.
Allegedly. I may know.
Allegedly.
No. Allegedly. I may or may not have seen said Dojin.
Speaking of allegedly, we got aliens and human Gundams, basically.
Yes.
Which I have questions about this. So early in the movie, this alien and the other dude were eating Italian food. So did the food just turn into small food for this little alien inside the thing, or what? I'm kind of confused on that.
What?
No. You see where the mouth hole is on the left side of the head. Yeah, it just slides. It just slides down a slope, if you will.
Because when
Somebody, there's a plastic bag in the inside where all the trash goes.
I gotta be honest, but this did wild me out as a kid. I was like, "There's a mini person controlling a human. That's crazy."
Yeah, the small alien controlling the functions of God. This is literally a human Gundam for this.
It really
alien.
is, except it's a.
I like how
Gundam.
the actual model is like as big as like a American Girl doll. But they just with movie magic they made it look way smaller than what it is, and it's actually still to this day one of the most impressive shots really in the whole movie, because you can see his little chest breathing in and out as he dies, and it looks so sad. It's like, oh
no, dude, it's like the alien dies, and remember he had the cat. He had the cat with
the cat with a whole galaxy on his fucking head.
Right?
Like, I gotta be real with you. I get it. I fucking get it. That's cool as hell. But it opens up so many questions.
A lot of quantum physics type stuff that I'm like, hey, like Neil deGrasse, can you explain this galaxy in this?
Like the galaxy is on Orion's belt.
Now, the problem I had with it is at the end of the movie where they zoom out of Earth and they show the Milky Way, and the Milky Way is inside of a marble. That's what I turned to Neil deGrasse Tyson. Like, that's why I turned to Neil deGrasse Tyson. I'm like, sir, Andromeda is right beside us. Are you telling us that Andromeda is a nearby marble? This is stupid.
Did you love MIT? I mean, we eventually get the Men in Black 2, but there's a moment where they kick open the locker door, and it's basically like a world inside of a world, which is weird in and of itself. It's like, holy shit.
They have a whole Narnia.
Yeah, it's an alien Narnia world inside a locker, and I'm like, the fuck? It's that kind of shit that Men in Black series has done, including this movie, where it's like, all right, cool, we got that and stuff. But it's funny because Linda Florentino plays the mortician.
She looks like a healthy 90s actress.
Who lore of the Men in Black franchise, lore in the middle.
You're welcome.
The lore in the Men in Black world is Agent K had to neuralize her ass so many goddamn times.
Which is why it kind of plays out great in the movie, because she got flashed with the neuralizer like 3 times.
Jay is like, can she get cancer from that? I don't know, maybe.
He was like, dude, he flashed her, and Jay had his glasses off. He was like, yo, would you stop that? Would you at least warn me when you're gonna do that?
How many times you flashed me? A couple times.
No. It wasn't how many times. He just asked him. He asked him, have you ever flashed me before? No. I'm serious, Jay. Have you ever flashed me before? I told you no.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Now, you know what have you rolling is after Jay uses Noisy Cricket out in the open and stuff, and the squad is like on the way to like clean up everything, and Jay is like explaining to the group of people like, yeah, it was a little gas leak from the Milky Way and the stars, you see. And I'm like, these motherfuckers are not listening to you.
Like gas leak, weather balloon. It was like every typical government agency BS line that was fed through them.
Oh, go ahead, D.
This is very sad and true.
Yeah. Damn it.
This is on some Nastasia Richard Ames madness here.
Yeah.
If you know, you
Is
know.
that
People.
a real thing?
Yes.
Is that a
Yeah.
real thing? Was that a
Yes.
movie? What?
Mm-hmm.
Dude, why do you think the last time she did anything was 2009?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because she got old?
She's only 67.
Come on, you know how Hollywood is. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, but you know what a Hollywood executive told her when she turned 40? Your tits are falling. I don't want you.
And the ironic part, D, that made the whole situation funny is that she was
What,
trying
the
to
tits
get out of
falling?
Nah, it was the fact, well, that, but also she tried to get out of it by doing the whole, well, it's method acting. You see, I was training for a movie. You see, that's why I was
She
a part
did
of this.
not fucking. Now I gotta look shit up. Great. This is
She
perfect.
did. She did. She tried to pull the old I was just studying for a movie role shit with it. And I'm like, that's not gonna fly, Linda. You know that, right?
That is hilarious. I have to watch. Now I gotta look her up, man.
Yeah,
I didn't know that was even a fucking
also-
thing. I didn't think to look it up, man. Wow.
Because think about this. Remember, she did Dogma,
Yeah, I know.
and she had issues with Kevin Smith
I mean,
while they were filming it. I'm like, ooh, that must have been rough.
and it's not even like issues.
See, Eris, don't say it like that. I thought she actually did some corrupt shit on Dogma. Like, yeah, Kevin Smith went to his room and didn't find.
Nah, it's
Don't
probably
say it
some
like
like-
that. I
it's
thought
probably-
you were gonna say
No,
something
because
fucked up,
basically, no. I mean, look, I mean, if you knew anything about it, it was rumored that she didn't get along with Kevin Smith, which generated negative press for her. And what was it? She did an interview with TV Guide magazine in 2000 that she created crisis and trauma and anguish. She created drama when they were making a comedy. Like, she was ticked off that there were other people in the movie who were more famous than she was. He said he also
Whoa, are you serious?
I'm reading this. It says that Kevin also accused her of avoiding promotional duties after going nuts at the film's poster, which had spliced her head onto another woman's body and amplified her cleavage. She never did a photo shoot, Smith said. It's not like we were hinging all of that Linda press. I fought to cast a woman in the movie.
That's
ironic.
That's
I think,
hilarious.
but for her to be
That's
feeling some way,
hilarious.
it's like Linda.
That's
Linda,
hilarious.
You were
I didn't know that was a thing.
You were in good company, and you really got jealous because they were better talented. Like
better people in the movie. Who? Chris Rock?
Basically,
who did you think?
Ben Affleck, Matt Damon.
So hang on.
Alan Rickman.
So apparently,
That's what I'm like, nigga, bitch.
So wait, hang on.
About?
So apparently, Smith attributed the rumors to a remark that he made on the movie's commentary track for Dogma, which later got sensationalized. He said, "I remember on the commentary track on the DVD, Janine Garofalo was in the movie, and at one point, I said it would have been better if she played the lead, which was a really shitty and stupid thing for me to say. Thoughtless, considering that Linda."
Fair.
Like, considering that Linda was the lead and Linda did a great job. So it had been years since I've spoken to her, and I got an email from her. And of course, I was thankful to hear from her, and that it also gave me hope to say that I was sorry that I even said that years ago. It also gives you a chance to make amends. So that was that. Like, the movie definitely would have been better if Ben Affleck directed it instead of me.
I mean, the movie's good.
No, he said no. Sorry, he said
Kevin,
if somebody. No, he said he did. No, actually, what he meant to say. Sorry, I misread. He said if somebody had said, "Oh, the movie would have been better if co-star Ben Affleck directed it," it would have hurt my feelings. I know it hurt her feelings, and really unnecessarily, because I always loved her performance in the movie.
I'll be real with you when it comes to Mrs. Florentina. We didn't lose nothing.
And to be honest with you, just to prove that point, they wrote her character out. It was just this movie where she shows up as Agent L at the end, and she never returns for the rest of the movie, for the other movie.
Remember the second movie? He was like, she liked being at the morgue. So
yeah.
So guys, so is she just a bitch that nobody can work with? Is that really what she is?
I mean, hey,
Hey, look. Here's the thing, and I want to make this very clear when it comes to Three Black Geeks. When it comes to any of the shit we say, we're saying this from a certain standpoint. Yes, we are film critics. Some stuff we do say, we say it as a joke, but there are some things we really mean it. We don't wish no ill will nobody.
Yeah.
We don't know these actors. We don't care. We don't know these actors. They don't gain nothing or lose nothing by hearing us or not hearing us. Okay. So I'm not putting us on no pedestal at all. But from what we've seen in Hollywood and what we have known of how this crap goes, either it's the production people saying that you're not good to work with, which is always a mixed bag. Either you didn't do something that somebody didn't like or whatever, and they're against you. And then there's everybody's like, no, she's a bitch, or no, he's a dickhead. Like we all heard that about Chevy Chase for years. Chevy Chase is a dickhead. We have heard that about Bill Murray. Bill Murray's a dickhead. You know what I mean? And it's always when we get to the women, it's either blown way out of proportion that they're a bitch, or it's so accurate everybody wants to defend them. And we get that a lot too, where the girl is a bitch and people like, well, no, she's just a strong female in a male-driven area. Do you know how many people wanted to rape her? Like, there's always some bullshit like that, some weird protection of the actress like that. So it's really hard to pinpoint when one of the ladies are really actually hard to work with. You know what I mean? Yeah. Is it the production trying to throw them in the trash? Or no, she's a walking sack of bitch. It's really hard to do. It's really hard to answer that sometimes.
And to answer your question, 2, but they gave up when they realized how crappy her personality was.
That part, and see, and like I said, not to say that shitty men don't.
It ain't worth me fighting them allegations.
Exactly. Like here's the thing. We're not saying that shitty men don't get defended. They do. Oftentimes way too much, to be honest with you.
Oh, yeah.
But I see the same thing with females, too. I see the same thing with y'all. So if they, like I said, we don't have a heaven or hell to put these people in. So it ain't nothing personal. But what I see with this, she's difficult. She's a headache. That's what I see. I didn't know that she was none of this, but the fact that she hasn't been in movies since, if one of our people in the chat was right, since 2008.
Yeah, since 2009.
I can understand why she ain't been in movies.
The last 2 things she did were 2 direct-to-DVD movies in 2009.
Yeah, and that's a time period in 2009. You do direct DVD movies. Your trajectory was either you did it because you just needed some quick money before your next big gig, or you were pretty much just dead in the water in your career,
or you in the shits. Yes,
I mean, son,
exactly.
You know what she did after? You know what she did after? Even after Men in Black, she did Body Count that following year, Dogma in '99, and then 2000. She was given 3 movies: Ordinary Decent Criminal, the Kevin Spacey joint. What Planet Are You From?
That was a weird Gary Shandling ass movie.
It was, and then Where the Money Is.
That's really it.
God, the Gary Shandling movie.
Yeah,
I'm sorry, that just hit me. What planet you from? It just hit me. I remember that movie coming out. Good Lord, man.
And then hold up. And then she was in a Wesley Snipes movie, Liberty Stands Still, in 2002.
Nobody cares about that.
That was straight. That was straight to video.
Yeah, this was part 1 of the straight to DVD movies that she did. The last movie she did was dude, you go from 2002 to 2009 straight to DVD once more with Feeling, and she was never seen again after that.
Did a Canadian German movie with Wesley Snipes.
That was when Wesley was just trying to make sure. Wesley was just trying to make sure the Cadillac was paid off. You, on the other hand, I don't know why you was there.
It's like, all right, but like this, like I think Men in Black. This is a movie that goes by so fucking quick because by the time we get to Jay having his first run in with an alien family where the chick gives birth to a squid kid, that's when the Edgar shit just all of a sudden it just roller coaster.
The one thing I will say is this: how did they have Earth under hostage. They was like, we're going to destroy the planet Earth if you don't give us back the galaxy.
Got 24
Here's
hours.
my thing.
The Archelians.
Yeah, the Archelians. Where did y'all come from? If the galaxy was inside the marble.
Come on, man. It's Men in Black. They monitor extraterrestrial activity on Earth and outside. They live in secret and they exist in shadow. And they dress in black.
We're through the looking glass here, people.
Also, the aliens kind of vary from not so obvious to sort of obvious.
And no, it's just that if
missed opportunity.
My thing is this:
missed opportunity.
If the universe is inside of the marble, then how are they outside of it trying to get it back? That's my question.
Missed opportunity. They could have had the aliens from They Live in this universe.
You know
what? See, if Men in Black, if Men in Black was done by A24, yes, I can see that.
I'm just saying. That was a missed opportunity to get on the phone with Mr. Carpenter and be like, "Hey, can we just one alien? You know what I'm saying? Just one of them.
Hey, look,
give me one."
I said for my money that X-Files is what the Men in Black. X-Files actually is what the Men in Black comic that this movie is based off of is basically,
which makes sense.
Yeah, it would.
Yeah, because X-Files was basically, because I think Dee pointed out that the comic that this movie was based off of was more so on the investigative aspects of it.
The video game was like that too. I played the video game until I think like the third mission or something like that. And it was a lot of, of course it was point and click, back in the day like that. It was a lot of detective work, and it was going to be, and that's how it was too with that. Much like you, Chris, like I said before, like you love Detective Batman when he's investigating, where he's actually trying to go to the scene of the crime, trying to break it down. Not so much use technology, but sometimes like, this is here. I know who did this.
Literally act like a detective in a bat suit.
You know what I mean? He does like, I know what this is. Tucks it into his bat belt, zips off. Next thing you know, you see somebody getting their teeth pushed in. You know what I mean?
And occasionally, Jim Gordon says, "Punch me in the face."
Hold on, Chris. You
could have held back on that punch.
Chris, you're going to have to get context to that because that did remind me of Jim Gordon off of the Harley Quinn show where he's just a drunk. So him saying that to Batman, come on, push me in the face. What? I need to feel something. Come on.
He said, now you listen.
My wife listen to me. Batman.
We gotta get you out of here.
Hey, I love that movie. Oh, you can never make me hate that movie. That was Jim Gordon at his most. I'm helping this motherfucker out to solve problems. Like, we gotta get you out of here.
This man is more close to solving the crime than the entire force.
The yelling at Penguin was what did it for me. Oh, why are you showing me that? You know what it is? Come on,
look at it.
Look at it. You know it's bad when you got this 60-year-old black man and this 30-year-old in a bat suit yelling at you, showing you a dead body. What world are you in right now?
It's a world.
What are you doing? Why are you showing me that?
It's a world. It's a world where they should just play the 66 Batman theme when Batman is running out that police department after he punches Jim Gordon.
No, not the theme. Where's the theme song? But it ain't. It's like a variation of it.
I'm sorry, yo. I love that movie, but that scene had me in tears because this is Batman just jogging out the fucking police department.
Jogging.
I forgot what part it was.
No, Chris, it was jogging and decking people as he makes his way.
I forgot what scene it was. It was I was watching it with my wife. And something happened where it was quiet and Batman was there and they didn't know it, but all you heard was doom, doom, doom. And you were like, oh shit.
So real quick. Real quick, gentlemen. The car.
Ah, yes. The Bonneville, if you will.
Yeah, that Bonneville.
Nigga, that is not a Bonneville. That is not a Bonneville. No, that is a Crown Victoria, dude.
Yeah. Because
I kind of want that Crown Vic.
Will had the best line ever when he made fun of it when he said, all this advanced technology that y'all got, and we're over here driving a Ford POS.
Hey, Will Smith. Hey, Will. That is a 1987 police enforcer Crown Victoria. That gets up to 500 horsepower. That thing is a fucking monster.
Did you love how when they got in the car and you heard
those cars.
And you heard it? Jay was like, "Oh shit, seatbelt."
No. Did you hear the futuristic turbo?
When he said, "Whoa, kid, see that red button? Do not push that red button." And the whole time I said, man, he's gonna press it. And when he presses that button, something's gonna happen with that car. It's gonna be so awesome. And sure enough, it was awesome.
Okay.
It was an 80. Yep. Yeah, it was an 86 Ford LTD Crown Vic.
Yeah, LTD Crown Vic. I say police
trying to find one.
I say police enforcer because that's what they were, but whatever. But yeah, you can still find. Now, here's the thing. I told this to my wife not too long ago. And y'all guys know this. I don't really want a Vic, but if I can find one, shit, all right, give it to me, right?
It'd be that one.
Those ones in the 80s, you can still find them, but they cost a little bit. You know what car I can't find no more? Thanks to this short motherfucker. All I really want is a black Grand National. You just threw the price through the fucking roof, you midget. Thank you very much, Kendrick. Now I'm never gonna have my dream car, you nigga. Fuck you, man. Anyway, I'm sorry.
If I had another classic car,
but yeah,
I want the Dodge Monaco, the Blues Brothers car.
Really? You want the Dodge? You want the Blues Brothers car?
Yeah.
I can't get mad at you. I can't get mad at you for that. The Men in Black car it's the Men in Black. I like the Men in Black car. I'm sorry. That's the old school. That's the old school Vic I would like. Good, but outside of a Cuddy, that's all I can do. Now, here's the funny thing. You can find an LTD. Problem is, you have to dig. You have to dig, and some of y'all can get lucky that some old person is going to give it to you for $2,000. You know what I mean? You can still find them. There were a lot of them made, but a lot of them got crushed. So that's all I'm going to say.
Good luck.
That's why I said I love Kendrick Lamar to death, but I will never forgive him for making the price of the brick go up, and it's probably going to stay up from here on out. It was all. Here's the thing. Grand National was already expensive. Now,
if I had to pick an old school American joint, 1979 Chevy Monte Carlo.
Of course, I keep on telling you, Eris, you like old cars, like one of them old military niggas with an Asian wife. You are one of them, man. I swear. Nigga. I just want navy blues.
I just want the Alonzo Harris special. That's all.
Hey, Eris, I am not going to say no to that joint. I'm not.
With the switches and everything.
Now here's the funny thing. D, you don't want a Hellcat? I don't want no parts of a Hellcat. I don't want no parts of a Hellcat.
No more par.
Now here's the thing. No, hold on. No, here's the thing. Here's the funny thing. D, would you take a Challenger? Will you take a Challenger STX?
What color is it?
Everybody has their favorite. Everybody has their favorite. That's all I'm saying.
Does it come in black?
Sir, this is Dodge. Of course it does.
Sir, you didn't say it. Sir, Sue, you didn't say it right. Impressive. Does it come in black?
Fine. Patrick Wayne.
Eris, like I said, Eris, I enjoy that your love of cars matches either an old Japanese dentist or an old military black man. I respect it wholeheartedly. If y'all know Eris personally, he shits on American cars, but I know Eris has a list of 6 that he will say yes to.
Funny you say that, because one of my best car friends is a dentist, a Japanese dentist.
That's why that's why I said that, because you mirrored that man's taste. When you showed me that nigga's shit, I was like, nice. And I was like, I'm sorry, Eris, is that an erection? Yeah.
Yeah.
Here's me. No,
fully loaded.
No, he's like, yeah, here's me. No, keep looking at D. I don't want to.
Now, if I had money to throw away, if I had money, just disposable money, just to spend money on, I would get like a 71 Skyline.
I mean, yeah.
Of course.
Here's the funny thing: when it comes to dream cars, and it's just D, I try to keep it somewhat realistic because I do actually want to have the old Cutlass that I always wanted, the 1991 Cutlass. I always want that one, so I try to keep it something that I know I can obtain. Something like I know some niggas say I want a Stingray. You can get a Stingray if you find the right price and find the right. You know what I'm saying? When niggas start saying I want like a Murcielago, it's like shut the fuck up. You can't
go
drive
realistic.
So why are you even saying that?
Yeah, but no. You know what was funny though in this thing? The baseball game where the guy sees the ball in the air and it's the alien ship and the ball just hits him and shit, and you see the tabloids. You see the tabloid where it was like, I saw the alien ship, and it was like the National Enquirer and shit and stuff where you saw where he claims the baseball player claimed to see the alien ship in the air.
Yeah,
man awakens from 35-year coma. That is fucking hilarious.
Now, can I say that this is that's actually kind of funny how Jay was like, wait a minute. So this is how this is how we find out who's doing what by searching the tabloids? Like, yeah, they're actually telling the truth.
I like that. It's telling the truth in plain sight.
Yeah, it's right there.
That's kind of funny to me.
Yeah.
Now that is a weird log fucking circle to have Michael Jackson in the second movie.
Well, wasn't he in the first movie when they put up all like the lineup of aliens and stuff?
The only thing they show Michael Jackson? I don't remember that.
They showed him on the picture. They showed him on the pictures, and then that's when Jay mentioned his teacher, and Kay was like, "Oh yeah, your teacher was an alien. Yeah, she was." I was like, "Oh, well, of course she was." Stock old lady teacher.
I know. At the end of the movie they mentioned Rodman was an alien. Dennis Rodman was he doesn't
hide it that well. I got to be real with you. No, right there, he doesn't hide it well. That was some good old, in its prime, boomer humor.
When they said that, when he was like, no, Will was like, yeah, like, how about we go check with Robin? So how about we check with with Rodman? He's from there. Rodman? Really? Seriously? Like, yeah, he's from there. He's from that planet.
See, it's funny because Robin's so different.
I like how Jay decided, hey, I'm gonna wear a suit that's different from everybody, and in the second movie they just forgot about it.
Yeah, he went from the Mandarin collar to the regular button up. Like, yeah, we're not doing none of that shit, Will. Hey, Barack Obama, wear a black suit like everybody else. Don't walk that tan in here. That's what that was.
I'm sorry.
You know what the one little...
I'm sorry. That confounds me. White people really just was punching the air at that goddamn tan suit, weren't they?
It's a Tom Ford. That nigger had a lot of nerve. No, the one thing I did like was this little thing. I'm going to join, but check it out. Don't be calling me no names, no Slick, no Son, no Skippy, none of that. All right, Slick,
oh, yeah.
I got. No. Don't be calling me no kid.
I got it. I got it, dude. He says, look, I get all your rules and parameters and all that, but just he said, listen, here's the thing. You chose me, all right? So don't be calling me son or kid or sport or anything like that. Sure, whatever you say, Slick. He said, but let me tell you something about your rules and parameters. They amount to absolute dick.
No, the part I liked about it, goes to Zed. Get him, Tiger. Well, that's right. Tiger. Well, that's right, kid. That's right. He started calling him all those names. I was like, I love it because old white men.
We love you, Rip Torn.
Rip Torn, you fucking drunk. We love you.
You dodge a wrench, you dodge a ball.
The word rip was true to form with him. He was a good old lush. But no, real talk. us millennials, some of us millennials, us older millennials, we still had to deal with those old white men that did that shit to you, where they called you every sport tiger, get him, kiddo. You got called every nickname in the book. And for us, and to make it a little bit deeper, us black people, we really hated that shit. We really hated when a white person gives us a nickname like that.
I mean, when you get called Tyke,
Slick, I ain't got a problem with Slick.
Slick is cool.
But after
son,
like 3 hours, nah, I'll be ready to slap you.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Would you be ready to slap somebody if they just started going down the list of names? Like every time they refer to you, it was just the next name on the list.
the next one, yes.
I just like how, again, because of this movie, we because all three movies do dive into this thing of the famous monuments like the World's Fair and all that stuff had tie into the aliens. And in this movie, the World's Fair, yeah, it's funny to me because I mean, it's not just this. There's a lot of even if you read comic books, they tie in real world stuff to stuff in the Marvel universe and the DC universe in weird ways and stuff, right? So in this movie, the World's Fair was hiding 2 giant UFO saucers in plain sight.
Like, why would you do it? Like, why would you do it there? Yeah, but then in Queens, where else? Like, come on, really? It's the World's Fair in Queens. Okay.
I
I think that's funny. I think it is funny that most of because Manhattan was and still kind of is a hub for immigrants to come in America. It is. I do get the parallel that we're trying to do that most of the aliens that come to Earth, their port is coming into New York City.
New York,
which is actually kind of funny, and I actually kind of dig the idea. The only other one I would say outside of that, to be just with all respect, if you want to be an alien to be in plain sight, would be Tokyo, because that's about 20 million people, nigga. So yeah, I think that would be.
I mean, New York has always been an interesting place to go to because it's like it's really big, and you can kind of see why people want to move there or just go there because it's a lot to kind of just see.
Yeah, I get it. Like, look, I don't like New York City. I don't, but I get why you want to flock there. I totally understand why people will want to move to New York City. It's just that, ew, New York. That's all.
Yeah, I mean, say. 5 boroughs and all this, like, yeah, Giuliani era NYC. Dear God.
You know what, hey Tevin?
Obnoxious Giuliani.
Hey Tevin, I'm doing the best of. I was trying to make a best of episode and all the rest of that, and you mentioned 2 times already what era New York it was in, and I forgot what movie was doing. You said Dinkins era New York. Are you just the NYC whisperer to us to know what era of New York we're dealing with here? Because you have done this at least 3 times with us, nigga.
Because
I'm thanking you, really. I'm actually thanking you.
I feel this ironic considering what's happening in New York right now, where Cuomo might end up becoming mayor of New York again, and I'm like, yeah,
that's bullshit. That what the nigga that spend his money on massages or whatever the fuck he did. I don't know what the fuck he did.
I don't know what he did. All I know is motherfuckers hate him, and I'm like, yeah, I can kind of see it because he has racist tendencies too. But nah, it's no, it's the World's Fair. He presses the red button, and like the guys say, they're in a tunnel and it goes underneath. And it's a funny scene how they filmed it because, again, Jay didn't put his seatbelt on as he's supposed to. So as they're on the roof of the fucking Holland Tunnel and shit going through it, he's all like, freaking out and shit. And it's
flipping over. Scene. And then one of my favorite lines come up. Elvis, Elvis is dead, right? Nah, he ain't dead. He just went home.
Just went home.
Look, I'm just gonna say this right now.
I don't like Elvis, but I respect that answer.
Much like how black people feel Tupac is alive, there's a segment of white people that feel Elvis is alive. I'm not even lying.
They're the ones that started that shit, Chris. Don't put that. Like, look, they started the whole Elvis is still alive bullshit. That's why because niggas always get jealous of white people over the stupidest things that they do. We
Tupac still alive.
We gonna keep Tupac still alive. You know he in the DR right now. Him and Biggie, they about to make an album. Whatever little dumb shit.
This is exactly
whatever little dumb shit. Some Gen X nigga who left his kids back in 1994.
This is exactly why I like that.
Because they never let go of the 7-day theory for Pac. They're gonna say that like Big and Pac are gonna release an album on July 7th, 2027 at 7:17.
Look, I say this as a nigga that was been in one of those weed ciphers. You have never known hell until you get a nigga who's high that never finished high school trying to tell you about the 7-day theory. That is a level of hell of you ruining a fucking weed high. Anyway,
I mean, I gotta be honest with you. That's almost like that fucking God. We talked about this offline. That fucking shit, Tupac resurrection bullshit. That bullshit is why people think that Tupac and Biggie are still alive.
No, but
to a point.
That is a different type of stupid that comes out of that. Look, I don't want to talk about that. The one thing I do want to talk about is that yes, y'all, we will be doing the sequels to this fucking series.
Yeah.
The way we skimmed over this one is because all of y'all seen it, and we was having a good time chatting about this movie because everybody's seen it, and the points that we brought up that everybody knows. You know what I mean? And I think when we talk about the second one and the third one, it's going to be centered on the movie and how it failed. And that's kind of a sad thing because like I said, what I remember of liking the second one, but everybody tells me the same thing. D is a cash grab. I mean, it probably was, but it was also still funny, right?
We got to bring up this.
I won't really know until we watch it. You know what I mean? But anyway, whatever.
We got to bring up this man because we bring him up so many times. Danny fucking Elfman was in his bag a bit in this movie too.
He was low key in this one, but see, not only when you have because him and Tim Burton decide to jizz in our ears as kids during the Beetlejuice thing. Any type of macabre setting, you want that type of music to be in there. A lot of horns. There's a lot of horns, a lot of loud chorusy sounding riffs and shit like that. You want that because it matched with, like I said, it matches with the whole aesthetic that Summerfield put out there. The whole macabre look of it.
Yeah.
Like I said, now I do wonder. That is the one thing I do kind of want to investigate when we watch the second movie is how much of that is gone by the second movie. How much of that feeling is gone by then? I don't want to just say it now because, like I said, it's been years since I've seen it.
Oh,
so you know.
I meant to mention this too. When we talk about all the product placement, the biggest one, Ray-Ban glasses. Because
Ray-Ban ate on this. Yes, they did.
Because here's what happened.
Because at the end of the movie, they was wearing them ugly ass Ray-Bans at the end.
So here's what the promotion was. If you bought this movie on home video, there was an actual like coupon rebate that you can get like a big percentage off on Ray-Ban sunglasses if you bought it on home video. No bullshit. That was the big thing that kind of boosted Ray-Ban sales when Men in Black went on home video on the home video market. It's kind of like similar to because didn't Top Gun do Ray-Bans?
Aviators.
Yeah, aviators.
Yeah. It was either done by Ray-Bans or some other known brand for sunglasses.
But yeah, Ray-Bans was like the big deal with this movie with the glasses and stuff. So hey, look, you had to give them credit on that one for sure.
Oh, I do. I mean, I still say out of all of the movies, like out of all movies, they weren't Ray-Bans, but I still want the gargoyles that Schwarzenegger wore in Terminator. If I were to get any movie sunglasses, I want the gargoyles.
I do feel it's kind of crazy how like the home video market for this movie during this initial release was okay, But then when we got into 2000s with the DVDs, that's when the special editions was booming. And that's when Men in Black got a special edition. And that was like a big deal because I think the VHS release for this, it had behind the scenes, but I think it was like at the beginning before the movie starts kind of thing, if I remember correctly.
No, the VHS copy of this, I remember, if I remember correctly, it was just the movie. There might have been like an ad or something for it at the beginning, just before it starts.
Okay.
And of course, at the very, very end of the, like right after the credits roll, is the music video.
Yeah. And then like the DVD had like everything to behind the scenes, how they made it.
DVD had everything.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy how like this was that era where we were kind of going into that DVD thing where like special, like I said, I mean, look, I have a wall of DVDs and Blu-rays behind me, and that was a time when we were switching over into the DVD where the special editions was a big deal, and it really just kind of blew up the home video market at that time. Like,
oh yeah, because you got everything.
Yeah, I mean, especially like can you remember when the Jurassic Park movies came out? Like they got special editions and stuff, and it was like groundbreaking on your home video behind the scenes.
I do remember. And now looking back,
you see the people,
controlling
the head of the dinosaur.
And then looking into how MIB has moved all the way into the 2020s. I actually got an MIB International on Steelbook.
Yeah. Yeah, I got it on Steelbook too.
Yep.
I mean, this like I said, this movie was big. It made a shit ton of fucking money.
Made over $500 million at the box office on a $90 million budget. Son, y'all ate.
I mean,
that $90 million back in 97 was a whole hell of a lot, and it eclipsed it.
I mean, because looking at domestic weekend, so opening weekend, it came out 4th of July because that was the time. That was Will Smith weekend, 4th of July, because of Independence Day, because that was the thing. Yeah, it beat Face Off, Hercules, My Best Friend's Wedding, Batman and Robin. Wow, Out to Sea, Con Air, Lost World, Jurassic Park, Wild America, and Speed 2 Cruise Control.
It was the third highest grossing. It was the third highest grossing film of '97.
Now, if I'm mistaken, Speed and Con Air were already out in movie theaters, so them being that
they were on there. Like they were like a month. They were a month out.
Yeah,
after
I know Con Air because I remember actually seeing Con Air. I think weeks before I saw this movie because I saw both of these in the movie theater.
I felt bad for fucking Wild America because that was the movie that all the girls were supposed to be like, oh, it's Jonathan Taylor Thomas.
Nope.
So Chris, you were correct. Number one, when this movie first came out on November 25th of '97, it was released on VHS and Laserdisc.
Oh shit, I forgot Laserdisc was still active. And
it was attached with the rebate offer on a pair of Ray-Ban Predator model sunglasses.
Yep. That was they had to get Ray-Ban had to get their money's worth out of that.
In the late 90s, and that's when they really started to do the whole little putting coupons on shit on the fucking videotapes or inside the inside the discs or whatever like that. I remember when that really started up because they didn't have no governor on it. They were selling everything with their shits. I remember one video my mom got. I forgot what it was, but it had a coupon to fucking laundry detergent in it. I'm not even bullshitting you. And now that I'm older, it makes me go, wait a minute. That movie was made for women. So did you just say, hey, while you're watching the movie, make sure you clean your husband's shit with this Tide coupon? I'm not even bullshitting you. I wish I remember what movie had it in there. Yeah, well, whatever.
So we're going on break time.
Yeah, we're going on break. The next time you'll see us will be either a week before or on this week of Juneteenth. Yay. No, I have not chosen what we're going to do for Juneteenth yet. But whatever, not a big deal. Like I said, we're going to be off a couple weeks. We're going just to state it to everybody that's watching live. If you're actually like, guy, you haven't uploaded none of the podcast on a regular podcast like we normally do. That was my fault. Not putting it all on Chris because of his wedding. I would not do that to you, Chris. But that plus what I'm doing personally, I kind of got super lazy on the shit. So much so that I know what episodes I put out, but I was shocked today when I found out that I never put out the podcast episode for Jurassic Park 3. I'm like, how did I fucking forgot that shit? So I'm backed up. I know I'm backed up. I'm just letting y'all know I'm bringing them all out. Hey, Brian, no, fuck you. No, we're not. Stop it. No.
You're the black
Anyway.
hat. Well,
But
hey,
anyway,
good news. Yeah. Celtics lost. Got
Fuck the
Smizak.
Knicks, nigga. Fuck the Knicks.
Hey,
Can't
if I had to choose,
I can't wait for the Pacers to beat their ass, huh?
Oh, I want to see a sad Karl Anthony Towns. That's what I want to see.
That's what I want to say. That's why you clapping at them niggas won. Fuck the Knicks.
Because I fuck the Celtics. Come on now.
Chris, you just mad that Joe Mazzulla don't know how to tell his players to stop shooting threes. That's the only reason why you don't like them.
Yeah, that too. I'm like, nigga, like you live and die by that shit.
Or actually, I don't know anything else. I don't know. Fuck Michael Rappaport. No, he's a Knicks fan. I see. That's why I'm confused with you. Anyway.
But Spike Lee, D. Spike Lee.
Come on, Spike Lee. We got to root for him. What about the players? The who?
Actually, you know what? That would be a good Juneteenth episode, a Spike Lee movie.
What Spike Lee movie? You want to do
She Hate Me?
I don't want to do She Hate Me, man. Why? Why did you pick that one? You're about to get married. Why did you pick that one?
Because Anthony Mackie and Kerry Washington. Captain America, sir?
I'm sorry. I got to keep slapping your monkey ass, nigga.
First off, D, I don't understand how you have all these videos and you could have easily just use this in the process, that you clearly have.
See, it's taking you too long. See, it's taking you too long to even put.
What's that, nigga?
Anyways, folks.
It took you all day to put that up, nigga. You know what I was doing?
Well, we're waiting.
I got you right about.
I can't co-sign that, big brother, but I ain't mad at you for what you do.
But anyways, that's it. We done?
We're done? Are we done?
Yeah.
All right, guys.
Yeah,
See you in a few weeks. We're out of here. Yeah.